Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I got off work and I said I'm gonna go on and we're gonna get this started early. So we won't be here all night because I do have a couple of videos I want to listen to and share with you guys. Hello, daughter. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Von's Realities in the building. Josh is in the building. Hola, Sin City Lovers. Hello, Con. How you doing? Welcome back. Hello, Sin City Loves. Hola. Hola. That means hello. Hola. What was the other word I learned yesterday? I forgot. People. Hello. I'm live now. You can't talk. I can't talk. Okay, this happened exactly where I used to be. What? Somebody? Can everybody get in the live? Somebody said it won't let them in the live. I don't understand what's going on. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Everybody, I don't know. I think Kizzy might be having some problems. We won't let her in the live. But okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I hope if my computer messed up, maybe it's from yesterday. My computer messed up. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. Um, Greetings. Yes, hello, hello. It won't let her in the live chat. I don't understand why. Can everybody? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why it won't let her in the live chat? What did I do wrong with my live? Maybe everybody can't see my live. Let me see if I can see my live on my computer, on my phone. Oh, I just after Cheryl said I do such a good job, I just feel so like I haven't done this before. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the problem is. Um, I think it's that doggone I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. Everybody getting in. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I don't even see the damn live on here. Okay, I found it over here. I don't know why it won't. Well, the live chat is working. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Hello, A Daniels. How you doing? Okay. Hello, 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 Freddie. You learned "chiss me." Yes, "chiss me," but I forgot what it meant. "Chiss me." Okay. Yeah. Update you. Update. Okay. Now I am here. Everything is fine. Okay. All right. Good. Thank you for being here. This is my SEC channel, the main one. You can see my face, and I'm so glad I started this channel. Feel Talk. I'm feeling your channel so far. I'm always doing a good job. Well, thank you. I hope you continue to feel my channel. Don't look. I'm not perfect now. I'm not perfect, but I do my best. So before we get started, see somebody say I disagree and unsubscribe. Making excuses for a grown man who made a dumb choice, shaking my head. I'm not, let me go get my glasses. Okay. Look, I'm not making excuses. I'm telling the facts. And we're gonna hear other people that actually knew them give the same facts. Okay, full disclosure, I had never heard of either one of these content creator couples prior to Manny finding his baby, finding his little friend, whatever he called it, on Sunday night and doing that horrific thing. I think that was wrong. I think it's wrong to take lives. Yes, I also think it's wrong to bully. I was bullied for 3+ years by multiple content creators. Multiple. You have no idea. At least it was just him focused on, man, unless there was more and we don't know about it. I don't know. But I know how it feels to have people run your channel down and drag you every day and use your content to belittle you. I know how that feels. So, pardon me for being able to relate. Okay. You are correct. D-Ware and Urban A through Z had issues with Manny streaming on Fremont. D-Ware was recruited. D-Ware recruited Finney to side with him. Bubbly got in Manny's face and started mouthing off and getting loud when Manny tried to ignore her. She escalated. That's when Manny pepper sprayed her. Bubbly admitted that night, Halloween 2023, I have the tape. She was wrong. Finney, on his first and second Tuesday night stream, also admitted she was wrong when the chat kept mentioning she instigated and escalated the incident. Some women like to emasculate men and would get in men's face. We're gonna hear a man say tonight, she was always in this man's face. Now, I'm just repeating what men are saying. Okay, because I'm not accustomed to two men going at each other on YouTube. I'm accustomed to what we've been doing, what they do, where I see men beating down women and women beating down women. That's all I've been seeing. I've never seen two men actually go toe to toe. Okay, and then this right here, it was Finney's birthday weekend. I was a subscriber of both the YouTubers. So Cynthia says it was Finney's birthday weekend. That's why they were there. And she was subscribed to both. So you probably know, you saw what was going on. Now, were you in those chats participating and egging them on? You didn't participate in the unsubscribe party because obviously you were still subscribed to Manny. But you have to imagine what it's like for people to hold a campaign to get people to leave your channel. You know, then somebody say Finney and the wifey won't do that again. No, because they are gone. Okay. So I'm sure you all have heard this, but I haven't played it since I just heard it today. The 911 calls.
Gunshot in front of Bellagio on Las Vegas Boulevard.
How many minutes ago?
Just now. I heard the gunshot, and then I saw a lot of people running southbound.
There's two men down. We're right in front of the beer park. Yeah, we are watching the fountain show, and we heard gunshots. Okay, and how many gunshots did you hear? About 4, maybe 5. I think someone's there because they're doing CPR. I was looking at the fountains, and then I just heard gunshots. I thought they were fireworks until people started running, and then we got down.
There was about 8 gunshots went off in front of the Eiffel Tower restaurant.
I'm so sorry. This might be stupid, but I'm on YouTube Live, and I just saw somebody get shot. I met a police officer on the strip say that to call the phone number where this guy got shot. We saw the whole thing. I recorded it, and I want to make the report that we see that person actually take out a gun and shoot somebody. We don't know if the other person's dead. Let me just clarify real quick. You were watching somebody else's live? Yes. So we watch these two guys live all the time, and they happen to always have issues with each other. He calls himself Twin City Family. That's their YouTube channel. He the one that was shot? No, he's the one that shot the other guy that we were.
So this lady said we watched both of those channels. Hello, Wi-Fi. Welcome in, Jim Rockford. Welcome in, Klein. Mr. X. Welcome in. Yes, please subscribe. Thank you. A. Daniels. Everybody, welcome in. Been subscribed. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. I like this. All right. Manny was not crazy. If he was, he would have gone postal on everyone there. This was targeted. I'm gonna have to agree with. I concur. Yes, he wanted. He rode around and said what he was gonna do. He said, "You come to my city, I should be the first to know. My biggest fan. I'm so teardrop. He was looking for him. He meant that. He meant that shit. He meant it. I don't know what, but and people told Finney that he meant it. But one you guys were here, as they say in the courtroom, you will hear out of the words of the mouth of someone that knew them both. Started out with Manny. He said Finney was just he was in too deep. That's the he was in too deep. The super chats, you know, it's good when your chat just moving. My super chats still work too, by the way. I don't never get them, but it still work. You know that. See, that's what happened. I used to get all kind of super chats, but then they attack my channel and my shit stopped. But I didn't go out and looking for my baby on nobody. I thought about it though. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. I get distracted. Oh, I was gonna say this lady that say she watched both channels. I wonder did she think what was going on to Manny when Section 8 was being talked about? When they was having unsubscribe part. I'm not justifying what Manny did, people. I'm trying to show you what got him in the mindset to no longer give a damn and to go through there with all those people around, knowing things were being filmed. He didn't care. I guess he said, now my YouTube channel, even though it's gone, will be the biggest. I'll be the most talked about on YouTube now. I am Mr. Vegas. Okay? That's what he's thinking. Look, yeah. That's what he wanted. You know, some people, they protect their territory.
Watching on live. And the guy that we were watching, his name is Finney, Finny. A person who shot at Finney, he's Hispanic. I see the guy's wife saying, oh my God, are you for real? And to people falling to the floor that I just see him pull out a gun and start shooting. We're right next to the people that got shot.
I don't even know if this is like who I should be calling. I was just watching a live stream on YouTube, and it looks like they were outside across from the Paris maybe like 20, 30 minutes ago, and there was a guy walking behind the camera, and he just pulled out a gun and started shooting this guy. The video of the guy who pulled out the gun and shot the guy. It's live on YouTube right now. The whole video is up there. It looks like this guy was standing there talking to the camera for a second, and he started walking away, and then this guy walked behind him, and then next thing you know, he's like yelling at this lady, and he pulls out a gun and starts shooting him.
I was watching a live stream on YouTube in front of the Bellagio, and someone, I guess, shot at someone. I guess so, because there's been a feud between them for the longest time.
Just happened to see footage on a live stream on YouTube, but I'm not sure if anyone's reported that yet.
Hello, so we found the shooter in front of Bellagio. He's wearing a beige hat and a black shirt with beige sleeves. He's wearing glasses, he's bearded, and he has a mustache.
Okay, so one moment, sir. Are you at the Bellagio?
No, we found the YouTube video. We are at the Bellagio Hotel. Towards the end of the video, with about 5 minutes left, you'll see the shooter's face. You'll see him pull out the gun and start shooting. We have this video. It's still a video. It's a live stream of this couple in Vegas, and they're walking around. And then the lady goes to confront this man. And they were off camera, but then the camera turned to them. And then the man started shooting around the lady. And the lady starts saying, oh, my God. And you hear a baby start crying, and the video just drops on the floor. And then you see an officer pick it up and shut down the recording.
Yes, and it was all on live stream. You can see him pulling out the gun and shooting him. I witnessed the shooting that happened right in front of the Bellagio.
And how many gunshots did you hear?
I heard 3.
And you saw him as well?
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah, problem was there was a squad defending, stopping the guy from trying to shoot my sister is the one that has the video. So she said that it looks like the girl is defending one of the guys, it looks like she's supposed
Hey,
to, but
Kizzy.
then he's trained not to, tell him not to shoot.
All right, and that was all of the, okay, Kizzy is in the building. Shout out to the moderators that are on duty tonight. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so hopefully my computer will act right. Because, you know, like I said, I didn't know them. So I've been doing research, and I've been in the people that really knew them and listening to their videos and trying to get an understanding. So what did I want to listen to first? Was it this one? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This might be it. Okay, let's just listen to this. Let's listen to this little break. It's only 7 minutes.
It started like any other late night stream in Las Vegas. Flashing lights, rambling dialogue, a couple strolling the strip with their camera rolling. But what happened next, no one saw coming, because within moments, that stream would become the final broadcast of a man known as Finney and his wife, gunned down live by another YouTuber he'd been feuding with for years. The killer?
You know, Manny, I know people say he was crazy. I don't think he was crazy. He didn't harm himself. He didn't harm his family. You know, some people take their whole family out. He didn't just start shooting mass in the crowd. He wanted the person who he felt. Now, and you're in dangerous territory. Look, you're in dangerous territory when you try to think for someone else. When you think you know someone else better than they know themselves, you're in dangerous territory when you try to get into somebody else's mind. In Manny's mind, this is just as my assessment, and from my experience of being harassed and bullied, because in my mind, I despised those people. Do you hear me? And it was a man coming for me. And if I was a man, I probably would have rolled down on him. But I'm a lady. Okay. Like I told you, I'm not used to two men going at it. So Manny, 5'2", they say he 5'2". Benny, a big old guy. You know? I think he said he played football because he said him and his girl met. He was playing football, making touchdowns. He was on the football team. You know, Manny, little bitty guy. Hey, and so he's a little bitty short guy. People tend to underestimate short folk. So in Manny's mind, he went from having 1,000 people in his lives and stuff, people leaving, and then the same people that was in there talking about him. In his mind now, not to say that it was true, Finney ruined his life when it comes to YouTube and the free money experience and the stripping out. He ruined it. Finney ruined it. I mean, Finney made videos saying that Manny was cheating on his wife. I don't know if that happened. He made videos talking about section. I mean, he just was, and then he would do it in a way. And what people, when they're on you, what they do, they will go live and tell you, yeah, I'm using your content and you can't do shit about it. They'll do that. And so, like another man's gonna say tonight, Manny is a man, and he felt like, you know, he's probably like, man, they looking at me like I'm a punk. I can't go out like no sucker, especially if they say he was running that little area like somebody said he was running that like a little prison. That was his stuff in his mind. But no one owns Vegas. It's for the tourists that come from all around. But in his mind, you can't tell nobody how to think. Okay, let's finish because I get on my soapbox.
A streamer named Manny Wise. And while the world is still processing how this even happened, the truth is, the warning signs were always there. This is the story of obsession, internet fame, and a feud that spiraled into real life.
Obsession and internet fame. Some people think And I mean, they get so, some people be so into YouTube and it's all they know. Every time they get a bunch of views and new subscribers, they'll post it on their community wall and say, look at this. I got 500,000. I'm telling you, some people, this is their life. So if you take it from them, and then when they snatched his channel, I think when he lost his channel, when he got that thing and it said your channel was no longer gone, it was gone. That's when he knew then. That's when I think that he said, you're gonna fuck around and find out who I really am, how far I'll go. And I don't want nobody but you. And the wife jumped in front of him because she was always the big, she gonna take up, for some reason, she just like, she reminds me of a couple of people I know. She just, she jumped in. You the man, you jump in front of me. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Don't you be behind me holler, what's up, cuz? You get in front of me. But I don't think Manny was going to probably shoot her, but she got in front of him. He went around her. If he really was going to take her out, he could have did her then. But he went around. He wanted to make sure he got Finney first. That was his mission. He was on a mission. It was like when the U.S. go to war, we on a mission. He was on a mission, looking for my baby. He was on a mission, and he found his big baby on the strip.
Violence broadcasted for the world to see. Manny Wise and Finney, real name Jerome, weren't your average YouTubers. They were part of a strange subculture, the 24/7 IRL streamers, people who walked around cities like Las Vegas filming themselves nonstop. Their channels were filled with hours of footage showing them wandering the strip, interacting with strangers, and occasionally stirring up chaos. To their fans, it was raw, unfiltered entertainment. But to everyone else, it looked like something else. Obsession, instability, and a desperate need for attention. Both men had eccentric reputations. Manny, often seen dressed in strange outfits, sometimes painted like a clown or drag persona. Finney, on the other hand, was known for mocking Manny publicly, posting clips and memes that turned Manny into a running punchline. What started as petty on...
So they say, see, because I haven't seen all the videos, so they would post memes. I've had memes made of me. I mean, I know people that put dead people up and make them dance. I know it sounds weird, but people do weird stuff when they think they're winning. Remember Charlie Sheen? Winning. No, you're not really winning. You're not really winning. No, you're not when you got somebody like that who... No.
Jade soon turned into something darker. Their online...
He did walk by. Okay, when he first walked by, did he just not see them? Because I thought the wife was filming live too. So I'm wondering, was he planning to just keep going? Or did he turn around, or maybe the wife saw him and stopped him, and that's when I'm not sure about that.
Feud had been simmering for years. Finney constantly uploaded streams and videos targeting Manny, calling him out, clowning on his appearance, even mocking his wife. In response, Manny would rage online, threatening Finney in increasingly unhinged rants.
I wish I was really smart about knowing. There's some people that's way better than me, but I am more than happy to share what little knowledge I know with you, okay?
But here's the disturbing part. People watched. They encouraged it. Viewers tuned in not to defuse the situation, but to see what would happen.
So all you people who saying I was watching them both, why didn't y'all say stop it? Why didn't y'all say no, stop? Don't tell people to unsubscribe to him. Why didn't y'all say no, don't call Section 8? No, don't say his wife cheated. Don't say he cheated on his wife. Come on, people, I know y'all but I know some people, YouTube, it's their life. That's all. Some people just lay in the damn bed and don't even get up and wash their arses. They just be on YouTube all the time. You feel me? Really? They go from panel to panel to panel to panel talking about folks. But you know what? One day, you're going to hear somebody saying, keep talking about me. I'm a man in your ass. That's what somebody going to say.
Next, Manny's streams were filled with angry tirades, casual racism, including multiple uses of the N-word and frequent references to catching Finney in real life. He wasn't subtle about it.
And he meant it. Why did people take heed? They thought, oh, that little old short 5'2", you ain't gonna bust a grape. You little bitty short thing running around here with makeup on your face. Man, you ain't gonna do nothing, man, please. You ain't gonna do shit, man. Right there, that's a man on a mission. That's a man on a mission. What Manny did was absolutely. You don't take lives. You don't take lives. But not everybody sugar daddy can handle being whipped and beat like a dog every day on the internet, on social media, where thousands of people are watching and super chatting and giving messages. Oh, you got it now. Oh, get him. Let's get him tonight. Oh, oh, let's get him. Not everybody can take it. Yeah. Okay. Keep on doing it. People still doing it now. Even after these two people got dropped on the strip, people still doing it. They still doing it.
Threats were out there, plain as day. Still, no one stepped in. Because who actually believed it would go that far? In one stream from almost a year ago, Manny stared into the camera, face painted, and promised to catch Finney in real life. He even mimicked gunshots. Boom, boom, boom. A warning, a joke. It was brushed off as just another outburst, but Finney didn't let it go. He doubled down. More memes, more live streams targeting Manny. Teardrops photoshopped onto Manny's face, shots at his wife. Finney's thumbnails became shrines of mockery. And Manny,
and people wonder why I'm talking about this. There's thumbnails right now memorialized of me trying to shame me and make me look. Yeah, people do that. People, a man did it to me and a couple of women. I sure did. Low down dirty rats. Sure did. Boy, y'all better be glad I didn't know nobody. Let me stop. Lord, give me.
Watched it all. Fumed. Built a playlist of rage in his mind. Their feud had become more than content. It was personal. On June 8th, 2025, just one day before the fatal shooting, Manny went live from his car. He wasn't vague about his intentions. He said he was looking for Finney, searching every casino. He called Finney his biggest fan, a sarcastic dig, but it was clear this wasn't just talk. I'm dying to see him, Manny said, laughing. You better believe it. He taunted Finney, dared him to show up at a Vegas bar. No one realized it then, but this wasn't just content anymore. It was a real-world manhunt, and it was about to end in blood. Less than 24 hours later, Finney and his wife went live. Just another casual stroll through Vegas, chatting with their followers. But in the background, eagle-eyed viewers noticed something. Manny. He had found them. Without warning, Manny approached and pulled the trigger. On a live stream, the video showed Finney collapsing, his wife caught in the crossfire. Viewers watched in horror as the feed cut out.
The same viewers who used to be in there cheering people on, because y'all at home all over the world. They ain't gonna never go nowhere. I feel for Finney because he was being punked by a lot of his supporters and followers. And Manny went crazy. He was being punked. Shout out to my member Tashana. Hey, PP, for 46. My membership is only $1.99. That is only $2.35 a month. I know y'all can spare that. Jennifer, Angel, if you had comfort, I don't know what happened. That's a fact. Misunderstood. Williams, we are not justifying anything. No, we're not justifying. No. He was a narcissist. You know, a narcissist, maybe I'm a narcissist. Maybe everybody's a narcissist in their own way. I don't know. But I'm telling y'all from experience, when you are getting dogged out and harassed and even, and see, thank goodness to Manny, none of his family members, he didn't have no aunts and uncles to join Finney and help Finney take him down. I had an aunt come on here and go with my enemy and interview and try to take me out. But I'm still here. See, you know what? When you start moving and shaking, people just get jealous. People get jealous. They do. And they could come back. I'm ready. Basically, this is a situation where there were two wrongs, point blank, no pun intended. Point blank. Right. Both were wrong. But Manny, he stood on business in his mind. He did what he said he was gonna. Nobody believed him. He kept saying he was gonna do it. If I had seen this stuff going on, if I had known about this in real time, I would have been in both. I'd have been like, come on, let's tone it down. I'd have told him, man, when he started doing, I'd be like, don't tell people to unsubscribe to him. Don't talk about his wife. I would have tried to say that I probably would have gotten blocked. That's what the moderator, they would have blocked me. Get away from here. That's what, hater. Jennifer, I have plenty. You're just being a racist jerk. You're happy them folks got, oh my stars almighty, y'all. Come on. I live in Vegas for 4 years, from 2015 to 2019. I never seen him. Well, child, honey, they say Manny thought that was his. He didn't want to work 9 to 5. He wanted fame. And you're right. Now, is that right? That's what he wanted. And in his mind, he was doing good. Even Finney said, life before Finney, Manny's life before Finney was great. But once he stepped in, he went in on the man. He wouldn't back down. Damn, I know what it's like to have folks, y'all. I would wake up and go to work before I could get on the clock. It's a video already, a thumbnail already lined up with me on there, calling me names and talking about my looks and all this. The people are crazy. So I know what it's like, and I'm sure Manny, and he a man, and he got a wife, and he got homeboys, and they looking at him like, man, he punking you down, G. Man, what you gonna do, homie? You gonna let this Arizona man take you out like that? He took your channel, man. He said you on Section 8. You know people will do that. Oh no, man. If I ever find him, when you find out what's done in the dark, and that's what happened. Okay, let me stop talking.
Leaving nothing but silence and confusion. The video was quickly taken down, but copies were already spreading. The internet doesn't forget. The aftermath was instant and brutal. Manny's channel was flooded with rage, shock, and disbelief. Finney's past videos became eerie time capsules, documenting a feud that ended in murder. Viewers started combing through old streams.
I'm one of them. We're looking at, we're going back to see, how did this happen? And what even the news people are saying, you know, when you go through, you see how it happened. I mean, you got people saying, oh yeah, we gonna get him tonight. Yeah. What I need y'all to do is don't nobody go over there. And when he go live, I want y'all to let me know how many subscribers he got so I can say, ain't nobody watching you. It was done to me. You know what they would say? Ain't nobody watching your shit, bitch. Look at you. You ain't got nobody in your chat. You got 5 people. Well, I got 92 tonight. I'm still here. Now what you gonna do? You gonna make them leave too? All right. Let me stop. Let me get on back to the video.
Connecting dots no one had taken seriously before. Manny's threats, Finney's provocations, the cycle of taunts and responses. It was all there. And suddenly people were asking, why didn't anyone stop this?
Why didn't you subscribers do more? Some of you moderators, you could have done more, but y'all be so into it. If I ever get ignorant like that and start trying to just, look, I've never done that to anybody. Have I covered a case of a person that did a murder for hire on their nephew? Yes. And I did videos on it because it was an ongoing case and I covered it. I'm sorry if other people were involved. So people tried to use that against me. No, not the same. Finish up, stop talking smack. There's a time limit for everything. You're right. Time has expired, unfortunately. You know, Cheryl Grabowski, she was saying it today. We all have our way of putting things. And she was saying stuff like no more walking on the beach, no more having good sex. I don't know. It just, he made a bad decision and now he lost his freedom and his family and now he can't. You know what? What if he don't feel like he made a bad decision? I think this man, he knew what he was doing. He knew everybody was watching. But what he doesn't have anymore is videos being made about him effing with him every day. Now, me and you, we're of sound mind where we'll be like, I'd rather have the videos and my freedom. Let an asshole keep making videos about me. At least I'm not locked up. But this man, he was more about pride. He's a man. He a man. Then they was calling him gay. If you gay, that's you. But he's not gay. Don't say how I know the man not gay. He's not gay. But people were calling him gay. He got a whole, doing too much.
Manny was arrested soon after. The evidence, overwhelming. A live stream shooting, documented threats, a digital breadcrumb trail that left no doubt. He's now facing what could be life in prison. But the story doesn't end with him. Authorities are also investigating whether Manny's wife, who was present at the scene, had prior knowledge of the attack. If she did, she could face charges of culpable homicide. And the public, they're left stunned because this wasn't just another internet fight. It was a cautionary tale about obsession, mental instability, and the dangers of turning people's pain into content. This wasn't just...
Wow. I don't know who this is. Turning people's pain into content. Why do y'all turn people's pain into content? Why do you mock people so? I just wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I got on here and took somebody and put them on my screen and talked about their hair, their clothes. I wouldn't be able to do it. Now, can I get on here and give some commentary and do a look? But I can't get on here and just drag nobody for filth for no freaking reason. Y'all got us. I don't know why YouTube let go on. They just want everybody to just fight and manage themselves, don't they? YouTube can stop this. When they still live like that going, they can do like TikTok and send you a warning to say, straighten it up or we're stopping your live. They won't do it. They let them run wild like we in the damn wild, wild west.
Two creators fighting for views. It was a slow motion train wreck, fueled by ego, rage, and a never-ending hunger for online validation. Vinny didn't deserve to die. Manny didn't have to become a killer. But when you mix mental instability with public provocation and nonstop streaming, this is what happens. It's easy to laugh at internet drama, to watch the chaos from a distance. But sometimes the distance disappears, and what's left is a tragedy no one can undo. So next time you're watching, ask yourself, is it just content, or is it a warning?
Well, next time you're watching two content creators go at it, ask yourself, is this content or is this just a warning? Okay, he made a lot of sense. He, she, I don't know. They're using a voiceover. Okay, now let me go to this video that somebody sent me. Y'all have a lot of them. Hold on. Okay. I think this is, okay. We're going to listen to this one right here if I can get to it. Hold on, guys.
New at 10, a Valley couple was on the Las Vegas Strip, and the entire was live streamed on YouTube. It happened last Sunday night near the Bellagio fountains. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is joining us in studio after speaking with their children.
Let me ask you a question. Who was wrong in that situation?
Bubbly. She said it. She apologized. Everybody admitted that.
Now, see, I got this. They say Bubbly was wrong in that instigation right here. That right there. You see her all in Manny's face? You get in somebody's face, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong. I'm not going to, no shit. People crazy. I'm not jumping in nobody's face like that. Shout out to The Answer, playing their content under fair use. You guys, please go subscribe. I'm gonna share all these videos on my community wall. Anyway, but this is on the cop. Look, this is fair use. That's all we doing. I want y'all to hear that again. Hold up.
She shouldn't have went up to him.
All right, y'all, welcome back, man. It's part 2. The plot thickens. You're not gonna believe what kicked this off. Let's go.
You need to file a report. This way, if you get a restraining order against him or something, if you do something to him, now there's a paper trail. Finney was never
why Finney didn't want to get a restraining order?
Finney was never about calling the police.
Hold on. I'm going to say that.
But
you really want to know why Finney didn't want to get a restraining order? I want to see if you're going to keep it real.
I'm going to keep it real with you. Go ahead.
Finney didn't want to get a restraining order. I'm going to tell you why. Because in those restraining orders, it also restricts people from social media contacts as well. Now, I'm going to be real.
No, that's somebody to know.
Finney kept going hard at Manny and didn't let off. I'm going to tell you why. Because that's the only way he got views. So if he go follow
Finney kept going hard at Manny because that's the only way he got views. My attackers, they got so many views of me and said it. I made this much money off of you this month, bitch. They were straight up saying that. This is how evil people can be. Using your content. My membership, I would put videos strictly for membership. They would go on my membership. But as soon as I would film it, they would record it, or either they be a member undercover under a fake name. YouTube need to let us decide who we want to be members, but they're not going to do that. Take my video that I have on members only and then review it for the entire world and say, yeah, bitch, this your membership. I'm still using it. You can't do nothing about it. Sort of like they was doing Manny. Just better be glad I didn't Manny a mofo, okay?
Training on Manny, he shoots himself in the foot, and now he can't run his content no more.
Right. I don't disagree with that. So this is what people are telling him. This is what actually I'm telling him. I didn't know what you were saying. I didn't know that, period. So maybe he knew that. Maybe he figured out what. But
everybody know that.
Okay, hold on. I didn't know that. Hold on, Wax.
Okay, I think he said, oh, Wax. Look, if you're here for some good chisme, aka gossip, make sure you hit the like button. But this is some truth, facts. It's a little chisme mixed with facts too, okay? Chisme. If you're here for some good chisme, hit that like button. Smash the like button. Share the video. And throw up a super chat or two.
He did file a report. Now, I don't know if he was going to try to get a restraining order later or what, but he filed a report. They had a court date. There was a court date before it happened, like 2 weeks from 2 weeks.
Okay, so what did he do? What content did he do? What after that incident, if 2 weeks prior, he pushed him in the back and that's it. Finney must have done or said something between that 2 weeks leading up to this unaliving day to push this dude over the edge.
He's been pushing him for 2 years. Understand this.
No, let's not factor that in because he would have unalived him the day he poked him in the back.
I don't think he would have done it there. I see what you're saying.
He done it there. He did it on the strip.
I know. It was just Finney had people with him. Like he was with them.
Didn't matter. The boy had a
Listen to what I'm saying though. We don't know why he didn't do it then. And you know, he could have done it when he pepper sprayed Bubbly. Why didn't he do it then? We don't know. Only he knows that.
No, I'm asking you because you was following the content, right?
Right. I know.
What content didn't run in
I don't know
those 2
what's
weeks?
in Manny's mind. I don't know why.
No, what I'm asking you, like the content that ran after that within those 2 weeks leading up to this unlocking date, Penny must have ran stuff. Did he run it on the white? Is that the white content I saw? Or what did he must have did or said something?
No, he just kept doing, he just kept up with the same thing he's been doing, talking, making fun, exposing Manny. But it wasn't just Finney. It wasn't just Finney that got to Manny. It wasn't.
So this is someone that knew both. He actually supported Manny before he went to Finney, according to I don't know who. I just ran across this video. So I'm learning about this from people that actually knew them. And like this man said, that Bubbly started it. And she admitted it. She went live. When y'all see her in that little, they're back at their hotel room after that night on Fremont after from Halloween. And she admitted it. To be honest, I didn't know either of these people either. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. And karma will swoop the block on you too. It swoops, baby.
They say you too. The cat is saying he was right there with Finney.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. I was there up until about 3 months ago. I pulled off. I pulled off of everything because it wasn't going nowhere. It was like, what's the end game for me?
Now you hear this person? He said he was there up until about 3 months ago, and he pulled off of everything. He was with Finney up until about 3 months ago. Hold on, let me run that back. Hold on, let me run that back.
He do. What after that incident, and it was different.
Come on, we got 104 people now. Please just hit the like button. Just hit the like button for me so it'll get more people in here. I appreciate each of you. It's been a long time coming. Never give up. I can testify to that.
If 2 weeks prior, he pushed him in the back and that's it. Finney must have done or said something between that 2 weeks leading up to this unaliving day to push this dude over the edge.
What I want to know, okay, so Finney was in Vegas in 2023. And then after that, he started going in on Manny and started making videos, this, that, and the other. Had he gone back to Vegas in between that time and now? Because if he did, I wonder why Manny didn't. Maybe I could. I'm gonna do a little bit more research and find out how many times had he been back to Vegas since he started like going in on him.
Been pushing him for 2 years. Understand this.
No, let's not factor that in because he would have unalived him the day he poked him in the back.
I don't think he would have done it there. I see what you're saying.
He done it there. He did it on the strip.
I know. It was just
so Manny at one point he did see Finney because he hit him on the back of something happened. Something happened. You know, I think Finney was just a big teddy bear.
Finney had people with him. Like he was with them.
Didn't matter. The boy had a
Listen to what I'm saying though. We don't know why he didn't do it then. And you know, he could have done it when he pepper sprayed Bubbly. Why didn't he do it then? We don't know. Only he knows that.
No, I'm asking you because you was following the content, right?
Right.
What content didn't run in
I don't know
2
what's
weeks?
in Manny's mind. I don't know why.
No, what I'm asking you, like the content that Finney ran after that within those 2 weeks leading up to this unaliving date, Finney must have ran stuff. Did he run it on the white? Is that the white content I saw? Or what did he must have did or said something?
No, he just kept doing, he just kept up with the same thing he's been doing, talking, making fun, exposing Manny. But it wasn't just Finney. It wasn't just Finney that got to Manny. It wasn't just
They say you too. The cat is saying D-Ware was right there with Finney talking.
Exactly.
So this is D-Ware talking. So D-Ware was in on it too. You know, that's what I'm saying. This man had all these people coming for him, fucking with him, man. Saying what he did was right. What you don't take the lives of nobody. I wish they would have had a boxing match and just fought it out a Vegas style, YouTube Vegas boxing match. But Manny wasn't about that. He was pissed. The man, I heard he was doing something. He had a helicopter job. He quit that job. Oh, I'm talking too quick. I'm talking too fast. Let's finish listening.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. I was there.
Damn it, my computer. See y'all. Hold on. I'll be back. Don't y'all leave. Every time it get good, my computer stops. Oop. Y'all, I told y'all my computer. I said if my computer messed up, don't y'all go nowhere. I'm back. Okay. So D Ware was in on it too, but then D Ware said he pulled out 3 months ago. But Manny, it was too late. And Finney, that was the only way he could get views was to talk. He built his channel. Somebody that we reviewed yesterday said he would never want to build his channel off of just one person because that's the only way you're ever going to get views. You have to talk about that person and that person only. And they're right. So the moral of the story is don't be a bully.
Up until about 3 months ago, I pulled off of everything because it wasn't going nowhere. It was like, what's the end game? For me, that's me. I can't tell that grown man.
So you was the one giving Finney the content on Manny because you knew Manny.
Nah, Manny was providing content himself.
Come on.
Dude, Manny was providing the content himself, talking online. You think Manny didn't do? I'm gonna tell you something.
I don't know nothing about either one.
That's what I'm telling you. So why do I need to provide Finney with content? Like what content? Give me an example of what content I provided Finney.
Listen, I run the 100 side of the trenches of Clubhouse. But people leave places that they've been and they know stuff. The first thing they do is they give up that information because they want us to go out of. So I'm thinking when you kind of, for whatever reason, when you left Manny, whatever you was doing with Manny, I know you have to tell Finney. No,
So this man, I think is Whack 100, is telling D Ware, I know you told Finney something about Manny because D Ware used to be cool with Manny. I don't know why but D Ware is saying he didn't give up no information or nothing. Let's listen.
Everybody, see, this is what people don't get, and maybe I need somebody here to back me up on that. It's just me saying this. Everybody left Manny. Manny.
We talking about you, D Ware.
Okay, I left Manny for my own reasons.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. I ain't talking about everybody. I'm saying when you left Manny.
But what I'm saying is,
no information.
Here's what I'm saying. It wasn't Finney that just pushed Manny. If I was there with Finney, I would have probably got the first. Trust me on that. He hated me. I was doing too.
So he just said that if he was there with Finney, he probably would have got the pound too from Manny because Manny hated him because of all the shit he was doing. Why was y'all messing with this man? So what did Manny do to y'all? Damn.
But he had it coming.
So I'm asking you, man to man.
Put my hands on him.
I'm asking you, man to man. Did you ever give Finney any information as firepower to antagonize Manny.
If you want,
what he's asking him, did you ever give him any ammunition? Because see, folks was trying to give folk ammunition to use on me. D-Ware, did you give up any ammunition? And why you betray him like that anyway? Why you just didn't go on? Why you have to go get with why do people leave and go get with the person, the enemy? I don't understand it.
I'm saying, as far as showing him how to run StreamYard,
No, like that.
No, like I didn't know Manny's address. We weren't that close.
No, I didn't know about the address.
I'm saying I didn't know any of that type of information to give him. Put it that
You
way.
made a new one of his legs is shorter than the other.
No,
I don't
that's what I'm
know.
saying. I wasn't that close with.
Maybe he was just joking. One of his legs shorter than the other. Did somebody put that out? At least he can still walk. Shit.
Manny is what
we know he can walk.
Saying I knew him. We wasn't best friends. I rode his car a few times. We hung out. I was on the streams, this and that. We were not like.
I mean, once you ride in the car, that's close. You know.
Right. He gave me a ride back to the hotel. That's not. He don't know. He didn't know where I lived. I didn't know where he lived. When you go to a man's house, I figure you're close. I didn't go to his house.
Okay, so did you, when you pulled back 3 months ago, did you tell Finney, hey bro, you need to let this go?
Oh yeah, we had many conversations like that.
And
But let me just finish. I've been said it on.
So what he just asked, Mac 100, I think, just asked D-Ware, did you ever talk to Finney and say, just let it go? Now he say, let's see what he says. He say he talked to Finney and say, just let it go. Let's listen.
Live stream when he had about 600 or 700 people watching live.
See, Finney before that, Finney was doing fantasy football, fantasy sports. He was getting 10, probably 20, 30 people. He getting 600, 700 who used to be with Manny. That's like becoming a damn movie star. That's like being on the Vegas Strip performing in makeup.
Like, dog, stop doing this. Guess what happens? D-Ware, you a hater. Oh, blah, 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 blah. You just jealous because his channel is jumping and you ain't got no channel. Yada, yada, yada. Every time
So he say when he told him to stop, they say, oh, D-Ware, you a hater. You hating on Finney because you don't have a channel and his channel is jumping. His channel is jumping because he effing with Manny. And every day Manny is getting closer to hollering, I'm looking for my baby. And that's what happened.
No, I'm saying what Finney tell you. We don't care about
no, but what Finney said, nah, pepper sprayed his wife. Let me just tell you what else happened. Pepper spray. Let me just tell you.
Stop right there.
Go ahead.
Now, he just asked him, Finney said he pepper sprayed my wife. So that happened in 2023. 2025. So he finna listen to Whack 100.
You saying Manny pepper sprayed Finney's wife.
Right.
The same wife that he just unalived.
Right.
Now let me tell you why I called him. We're gonna get to the story. Let me tell you another reason why I called him a goober.
So this man calls Finney a goober. What's you all's definition of a goober? Mac 100, Whack 100 calls Finney a goober. This is some good chest me here. This is some good chest me. Listen.
How long ago did this happen? This pepper spraying his wife. How long ago?
Halloween, October 23. Let me say something real fast, though. Let me just say something real quick, and I'm going to let you.
That's like 18 months.
Let me say something real fast. The thing about social media and why I got off of all that, everybody can say whatever they want to say and get away with it, period. And it don't have to be truthful, but other people are feed into that. So it's like, I'm not going to, you can say whatever you want. I know the man personally.
No, we're going over the event. What I'm saying,
it's going over the event, but you saying your opinion. You are stating your opinion. It's not facts. You're not stating facts. You say what you see because you haven't been with the situation the whole time. Those are not facts.
Okay, no, I'm going to give you some facts.
Give me some facts then.
off of what you told me and what I saw.
And I don't mind being educated. I'm not here to like.
Yeah, I mean, bro, we ain't got no.
Right.
So your brother, I'm a brother. 18 months ago, this dude Manny pepper sprayed Finney's wife. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. They've been going through what they're going through, whatever. Dude, 2 weeks prior to this, Manny poked Finney in the back. Whatever happened, right?
So Manny poked Finney in the back just a couple of weeks ago. I went, where were they when he poked? Man, this is a mess.
This night, the day or two, part two, from what I saw, when he's showing where he's at in Vegas, the Manny dude is showing, I pulled up there and you wasn't there. Now we know that he'll pull up on him because he did it when he poked him in the back. And now he's letting them know he's looking for him.
Right.
So my thing is, when they had the phone set up, or however they had it set up, from what it looks to me, correct me if I'm wrong, beware, Finney saw Manny walk by the first time.
Yep.
Then he doubled back.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So Finney was looking in his camera and Manny walked by he was looking straight up. And I don't think Manny saw him, but he saw Manny. But then the wife was somewhere and she saw him. And next thing you know, I think she got his attention. I don't think he saw them just then, but she jumped in his face and don't you come away with that shit. And he could have took her out right then. He really wanted the man. But she always got it. Well, let me let the man tell you. Let me let this man say it, because y'all will jump on me. But
this is the same man who pepper sprayed his wife. So my thing is, upon seeing Manny, and you tell me this dude 6'4", right? Finney, why wasn't it forward progress?
So Finney 6'4", Manny 5'2". Homeboy want to know, why wasn't it some forward progress as soon as he saw him in the camera? He could have got the jump on him, really, because Manny didn't see him yet. But I don't think Finney wasn't about that type of life for real. He was just thinking, I'm just going to drag you on social media and then make everybody laugh and make you lose all your subscribers. And, but Manny, YouTube is his little baby. And then y'all took his channel over some lies at that.
At Manny to protect his wife. If he would have did what he was supposed to do and rushed to do, he would have saved his wife's life and probably saved his life. He might would have got it off, but at 6'4", how tall is Manny? I don't know. How big is he?
Probably like 5'2" at the most.
Manny's 5'2", you got to do 6'4". Me and you both know, right, that he could have subdued dude, because dude get off like 8 shots. He get off 4, 5 at him, and then I guess he turned the barrel on his wife.
You got 2 more.
So this is what I mean by mentally, I don't think he was in the right space of reading this dude. Because
he's saying that Finney wasn't mentally on that go mode, on site. Manny was on site. It's on site. You done F with me. It's on site. If you know what on site means. Some people be meaning that stuff. They don't just sit on here and say it. Some people just sit on YouTube and talk crazy. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna never go to no meet and greets or nothing. They ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. And if they do go, they're gonna pre-record it and then upload it. No.
I was aware that this dude was a threat even after he made his wife 18 months ago. He should have been wanting whooping based upon that. So what I'm saying is, what dude walk behind you, instead of saying, oh, there he goes right there, it should have been, one, my wife here, he makes my wife, so I know dude to do something. 2, he been making threats about unaliving me. 3, I'm 6'4", he 5'2". So I'm gonna deal with him close combat to protect my wife. I gotta call him a goober. I don't know him, but with all these elements and these things, brother to brother, I think he thought it was a game. I think he was on this YouTube and not taking this dude serious that he was trolling.
And I'm not gonna go against that. I don't. He was slipping. I believe he was slipping. I also believe he was flipping because these type of interactions have happened before without Manny doing.
6D, if just some words to live by, if you constantly do stuff like Finney was doing to Manny, playing with his money, family, and manhood, some men are really about their manhood. Through YouTube or any other means, you're going to have consequences. Karma will eventually knock on the door.
No, I can't, you know, listen, if I'm in your shoes, I don't know Finney personally, I'm going to say the same.
Okay.
After seeing that, you know, what the nigga, you slipping. Like, come on, really? You gonna do all this and you gonna be in the city? I think everybody was kind of slipping. Like, this guy ain't about that life. He ain't doing that. Even I was like, I didn't think he would do it. It surprised me because honestly, I thought he had too much to lose. Not that, you know, like what
Manny didn't have too much to lose because they had took it. If, from my understanding, Manny used to have 1,000 people in his lives and they took his channel, so you can't have 1,000 people, and they were super chatting him and you know, and giving money, you know, because people, when you're giving, you know, you're performing, you're down in Vegas, they're gonna super chat you, and if he was down there and that all that music was playing, the super chats were probably the only way he could really make money because the music was probably copyrighted, probably. But they took that from him. And then after that, to start, oh my goodness.
once you do that, he's done. You agree with me? He's
Okay,
done, right?
I agree with you, but listen, it's that term we always use, crash out.
Right. I'm older. I'm 55. I'm in my, you know what I mean? Me, after a certain point, if you don't know them, leave them alone. Because you don't know what you're going to do, especially if they don't have nothing to lose. I honestly thought Manny had something to lose.
So were you the reason why Finney was so comfortable continuing the trolling?
Oh, no. The thing about Finney, from day one when he started, and we could probably go back and find the stream, I said, this is a bad idea. This ain't gonna end right. You shouldn't do this. Started hating like crazy on me. I said, okay, Finney a grown man. I'm not in Finney's shoes. My wife didn't get pepper sprayed because I would have handled it right there. I was there. Trust me, I was there. I got pepper spray on me from this shit. And I was like, I was teasing him about y'all. He did it his way. He was pepper sprayed. He couldn't really do nothing. He would have probably got a punch off because there was so many security and police around there at the time. He was like,
so that night, what D Ware is saying that if it had been him that night, his wife, if they had pepper sprayed his wife, it probably would have been a fight between him and Manny, and it would have just been done that night. But I don't think Finney was really a fighting type. I think he was more of a, you know, he'd make everybody laugh and he was funny and everybody liked to be around him. And his wife was the big mouth. I mean, she was always, well, this man, let me leave it.
Where did
it happen? It happened on Fremont Street, right in front of Binions.
In Las Vegas?
In Las Vegas.
So 18 months ago, Manny pulled up on Finney. Was Finney like telling him, I'm in your city, what you gonna do, all that type of stuff?
Oh, none of that was happening. None of that. We was all there. It wasn't, we weren't talking to each other. Everybody was leaving everybody alone. There was no interaction.
Now I want y'all to listen closely. D Ware is about to tell how, you know, sort of how they became when they started feuding. Okay, they knew of each other this night, but they had not had any issues that we know of. There were no videos being made about Manny. Nobody was trying to strike his channel. And, you know, Manny did strike the channel first, But Manny struck because they kept using his content, dogging him out. So he was just trying to fight that way and not have to go walk down the strip and pow somebody. But YouTube wouldn't let him live.
The interaction came from the wife.
He said the interaction came from the wife. So when I tell y'all the wife started the shit, don't come in my chat talking about I'm unsubscribing because you don't know what you're talking about. This man knew them both.
Sticking up for another streamer.
Wait, slow down. So at the time Manny pepper sprayed Benny's wife 18 months ago, it wasn't no back and forth going between them?
No.
So this is when
no, there was no back and forth at all. Benny's.
So when I say this is where it started at, this is where it started at. I report the facts over here.
Channel hasn't started then, you understand? It started that night after the pepper spray.
So this event is what kicked Benny off, started the channel, trolling Manny. Exactly. So tell us, I want you to tell us why he pepper sprayed his wife. We listen.
Okay, this is why. Bubbly, her name is Tanisha. I'm with them at the time. I rode up to Fremont with them. We were staying at the, not the Bellagio, but the Cosmo. So she's drinking. Finny don't drink at all. He don't drink. You know, he smokes weed, but he don't drink. She's drinking. She's a little bubbly. She having fun. You know, she got that liquor in her. We're at a circle. It's called Clyde Circle where he plays music. Everybody, the streamers, everybody hangs around over there. We're right there. And I can see that she's kind of on one. And he's streaming. This is his first time really kind of trying to get into the streaming thing. And he's focused.
So Finny, this was his first time really streaming. He wasn't no Manny had been doing this shit. Manny was a vet in it. Manny had been doing it. He had been on Fremont performing on the strip. That's his baby. He had been doing that. It wasn't a game to him. And they got in his space, in his world, in his life, and started effing with him. And I don't care if y'all don't like it. I don't agree with what he did. You don't unalive nobody, but they started effing with him. This man had a wife that, and some of you may know men that have a wife that you know is the loud one that drinks, and they're going to be in the man.
Focus on his streaming. And then he gives the camera to her, and she starts moving around. I asked him, I said, dude, do you want me to look out for her? And she kind of, she's kind of on one. He's like, nah. I'm like, he said, no, I ain't going to go look after his wife. That looked like some shady.
So he asked him, do you want me to look after your wife? She kind of on one. She drinking. You gave her the camera. She moving through the crowd. She on that. Don't get full of that alcohol and And that's what happened.
Yeah, okay, got you. So she ends up in Manny's face talking about why you got to mess with Sarah. Sarah's another streamer.
So she got in Manny's face because Sarah tried to record Manny. Manny had on the sombrero. See, she in his face. This is what he's talking about. Now, where is D Ware in here? She got in Manny's face because of Sarah. Who the hell is Sarah? Where's Sarah at?
Let's go back.
Who was Sarah to them?
To just a streamer.
Because she don't really know Sarah. They're not related. And I'm from the same.
So this wife don't really know Sarah. She just like to take up for people. So she's going to implement herself and take up for Sarah and get in Manny's face. Now, I'm just giving commentary. Don't get mad at me. D Ware is telling the story. Sarah tried to film Manny. Manny say, nah, I don't want you to film me. I'm doing my own shit because I got my own hustle going. So, okay, I'm going to let y'all listen.
They kind of know, everybody knows each other from Manny's page or Manny's streams. Because on one Halloween, everybody kind of came out there and got together, met each other, and had fun. So everybody, they ain't friends or nothing, but they know.
Bubbly.
Bubbly.
Bubbly. Benny's girl, Bubbly, the one I was on the live this other night. approaches Manny before it was any Manny and Philly
Right.
conflict and says, why do you bothering Sarah,
Right.
another streamer that has nothing to do with her or her?
And this man just hit the nail on the head. In 2023 on Halloween on Fremont Street in Vegas, there was no problem with Finney and Manny, Sin City Manny. No problem whatsoever. But there was a lady named Sarah who had evidently tried to film Manny, and Manny told her no. Finney's wife had been drinking a little tequila and a little alcohol and was feeling good. Finney was just starting to learn how to stream, but he gave the wife the camera. The wife starts working the crowd. She's tipsy. So Sarah done told her, oh, Manny won't let me film him, you know that. So she goes up to Manny, why you gotta mess with Sarah? But why is it your business? Why do women step to, okay.
Her husband.
They know each other. Right. Like they know each other. Bubbly's the type of girl that defends the people that won't defend themselves.
Bubbly's the type of girl that don't know her place.
He said, now D-Mac said, Bubbly is the type of girl that defends people that don't defend themselves. He say, Bubbly the type of girl that don't know her place. Come on, somebody. Now the man said it. Don't be mad at me. They say I got a super chat, but okay. Thank you. Thank you for my super sticker, Miss Minnie. I sure do appreciate it. It's been a long time since I got a good old super sticker. Let me thank you. Okay, so we got to get back to this because this is getting good. Y'all just heard him. And I know I don't want to miss any of y'all comments, but I don't want to, I don't want to keep stopping it either. Hold on, let me go back just a little bit. Let me try to go back just a little bit.
Defend yourself, you blah blah blah, and apologize. Apologize. Okay, let me just go to what Finney did. Right. Okay. So Bubbly's in Manny's face, basically like, why you with Sarah? She don't bother nobody. Blah blah blah. Manny pushes. I mean, it's all on tape. Manny basically pushes her camera out of her face.
So the reason why Manny moved her arm and camera, she said, why you gotta fuck with Sarah? She came up to the man and just cursing this man. I know he's shorter than her and she tall, and she, Lord, I'm not talking about the deceased. I'm just telling you what happened.
His face or whatever, like, you don't touch her, he touches the camera. And she it stirs her up a little bit more, so she gets more in his face. Now, at this time, Manny had security. Big guy, I think he's a pretty good security dude. He don't start he's just there to de-escalate. He ain't escalating. That black dude, where he was 6'2", 290, solid. I'm glad Manny had him because it confused a lot of. So anyway, he steps in between Manny and Bubbly. Now understand this. He got it. Ain't nobody like.
Now y'all see in the white shirt. That's Finney, her husband. She over there really going at it with Manny. She really going at it over Sarah. Who the hell is Sarah? Can anybody tell me who Sarah is? Sarah Smiles?
Finney's walking up behind. He ain't tripping because he see big dude is de-escalating. You know what I mean?
He ain't say nothing to his wife?
No, listen, he ain't there yet. He's walking. You can see on film, he's walking up once he sees the commotion. He's walking up because there was another commotion going on behind us. And we was like, when you see black people running, we like, okay, something's happening. Let's get out of here. So we was focused on that. Then he catches her. There's a commotion. So he's walking up behind her. Manny immediately starts pepper spraying Bubbly. This is the thing.
Security guard at?
Right in front of Manny. He's pepper spraying around him. He only did it because his security guard was there to protect him. He waited. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. Security had it handled. And let me tell you else how far he went. After he pepper sprayed her, he started pepper spraying him. His boy behind him, they call him Smelly Draws, started pepper spraying that whole area. Started pepper spraying Bubbly and Finney. And so
Manny and his boy Smelly Draws and pepper.
So he got a boy named Smelly Draws. So Smelly Draws started pepper spraying everybody. And so Smelly Draws may have been the one that actually pepper sprayed Finney.
Spraying Bubbly.
Exactly.
Y'all got weird going on. Y'all niggas
exactly.
Weird shit. But we gonna rock out. We ain't gonna trip. We ain't gonna trip the Smelly Draws and Bubbly and all that. So now, I guess the security get Manny out of there, or what happened?
Yeah, he's surprised that Manny's even doing that. Like, what the you doing? So yeah, he turns around, gets Manny out of there. So Julie, while that's happening, while Bubbly's kind of, I don't know if this happened during the pepper spraying or after, before, whatever. It's all on video. Julie comes behind Bubbly and hits her in the head with a witch stick. It was Halloween. She had a stick in her hand, hits her in the head. So Bubbly turns around.
So a channel called What's Done Reddit has a lot of their, okay, because I would really like to see, because I'm sure Manny made some videos too. I'm sure he did, trying to fight back. You know, trying to fight back. But sometimes someone else can be a little bit quicker with words than you are, you know, and you just have to do things a different way.
He starts going at
Bubbly hits who in the head?
Julie hits Bubbly in the head, Manny's wife, the girl Julie, with a stick.
Damn. So Julie hit, whoo, child. That's like the damn, what was them, the Cartwrights and what was them people? So Julie was dressed up as a witch, Manny's wife, and she hit Finney's wife in the head because she was in her hub. It should have just been, the women should have just had a fight and it would have been over. The women should have just, the Wicked Witch of Vegas should have fought the Arizona whatever, and they should have ended, it would have been ended.
Oh man,
I'm take that back. I don't mean Wicked Witch. I was just being funny.
His wife hit Bubbly. So now Bubbly then got maced by two different people and hit in the head with a stick. Oh my God. Okay.
Right. So after that calms down, Finney had went into Binion's because the pepper sprayed him up. He was in there. I was trying to get him some milk, but then I went back out and got Bubbly because she was still out there. You know, she was going at. So I got her inside. Everything calmed down. So let me tell you what Manny does. These are all people that were involved in Manny's channel that left the channel just because Manny's kind of started acting different. Everybody left because
he started acting different because y'all started dogging him out. Then you're talking about he started acting different. Well, how you supposed to act when somebody start effing with you every day? But I'm gonna let you talk, D-Ware. I'm gonna let you talk. You played for the Cardinals anyway. I'm a Cowboys type of girl, okay?
He started acting different when he got on top. He was King Dog. I mean, he was just, as far as that community, the Vegas community and the Arizona mix, whatever, he was that person as far as live streaming.
Yes, I heard that he quit his job at some helicopter place. And you know, that was his money maker.
That's what
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Who was wrong in that situation?
Bubbly. She said it. She apologized.
Now, I don't want now one of you people to come back over here and tell me that Bubbly didn't start all this bullshit. Because D-Ware, who was a friend of both, and who was there, he said Bubbly started, and then she admitted it and said it. So why you want to come over here and tell me that I'm lying and she didn't start it and you gonna unsubscribe? The truth hurts. She started it. And this is the consequences. This is what happened.
As everybody admitted that. She shouldn't have went up to him. She should, because everything was peaceful. He wasn't fucking with us. We wasn't fucking with him. You know what I mean? She was wrong in instigating that.
All right, y'all, there it is. There's more. We're going to bring you part 3. Out of all the players in this particular tragedy, I would not have thought that Manny's wife would have been the catalyst for this. There was no beef. There was no problem. she's defending a young lady that can or won't defend herself. She's all up on Manny. Manny's 5'2". I don't know if he got Napoleon complex or whatever, but Finney's 6'4". His wife looked like she at least 5'8", 5'9". So he's getting back down, and he retaliates in whatever way with the mace, and the channel starts that night for Manny and his wife, and the beef officially begins. Unreal. We'll get into part 3, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll get right on that and bring it to you. Salute.
See, I can't find WAC 100's main channel. That was on somebody else's channel that posted that. But anywho, Finney's friend tells WAC 100. Hold up, WAC 100 exclusive. Finney. Let's see what this say.
I think the first thing you said to address is me calling
Yeah, it was kind of offensive to me, but
why you say that?
I just took it offensive just because he ain't a goober if you know him. You don't know him, so I can understand you just seeing what you see and what happened with the incident. Yeah, this dude's a goober, he's slipping.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, The Answer Man. Now we're getting a lot of the backstory of the tragedy in Vegas between Finney, Sin City Manny, the friend of Finney, and he.
I mean, this is all under Section 107. I'm just trying to learn so that I can give out the correct information. And that's what I did. I went to the sources who knew them and they were there. And the wife, the deceased wife, started the confrontations that came after October 2023. At that night is when Finney's channel, he created a whole channel called Sin City Finney because of Sin City Manny. This video right here is 11 minutes. Let's see. I hope they don't keep it talking fast like that. But let me see what y'all saying real quick. So I was with the Sin City family since 2019. Okay. Manny had an alter ego. Manny Wise was also Manny Wise, and also lived like the Joker. Took it seriously. He had mental issues. Well, you know, if you think he had mental, they should have. I wouldn't have never took his damn channel if he had mental issues. I can bet you that much. Hey, I'm in love with Julie. Okay, you in love with Julie? Prayers to Finney and Bubbly. It shouldn't have happened. Rest in peace. Maybe people need to realize things you say. The next person might actually come see you. I know. Yes, DJ Ben Rock, you are so right. I agree. Nobody deserved it. It wasn't you know, a person like me, you know, someone looking, I would think, oh, dang, it wasn't enough to take nobody out. But to Manny, you know, he probably already used to get dogged or whatever because he was shorter than most men, you know, and then to be getting punked out, but you can't do that to people. You can't do it. I wish Finney and Manny had a fist fight. Yes, they should have just had a doggone, you know, Manny might have could have got the best of him in the ring. You never know. D Ware is a liar talking in circles. Okay. Leave people alone. You right. I agree. Bubbly pushed Finney to step into Manny's territory and enter the Vegas scene. You right. You know, that was Manny. I mean, and I know people, and when I did a video and I was just like, you know, he went to Manny's city. I just mean that Manny lived there. He was from Arizona. I know Manny didn't own Vegas. Come on, people. Even the people that get the key to the city don't own it. These people, they can really come in your chat and say, but anyway, thank you for coming and giving me a view. West Adams TV, how you doing? Throw up the deuces. How you doing? Finney loves sports, boxing, fantasy football, and D Ware pulled him into his web. He should have stayed with that other stuff. Dang it. Man, I hate that for you. Because I know he was, you know, just a nice guy, but when he saw 1,000 people in your chat, shit. And they was probably, you probably couldn't even keep up with, you know. It's like becoming a movie star overnight. Waking up and you went viral overnight and bam, you went from 100 subscribers to 300,000. Welcome, West Adams. So it's safe to say that D-Ware dude might have tried to set them up. I don't know. I hope not. Oh, he said a goofy. I thought he said a goober. Okay. Kizzy Kendra, thank you for your hard work. Yeah, Kizzy be doing it. Is she the only mod I got in there? All the mods I got? I'm unmodding everybody. I'm doing a Cheryl Grabowski. I'm unmodding everybody. D-Ware literally paid people to come into his live stream to trash Manny. Go watch them for yourself. Except this piece of shit probably deleted them by now. So D-Ware must have a little money. D-Ware, you gonna fumble the ball at the half-yard line again. The last interview, you looked like. Oh my goodness, this is serious. Okay, let me play this here, because y'all, D-Ware, I don't know. They don't like you, D-Ware. I don't know who you are.
He was actually a friend of Manny as well. Is going to give us some insight.
Cheese me. I'm here for the cheese me from the Vegas people. I want some good cheese me.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Let everybody know this is D-Ware. I just got acquainted with him about 4 or 5 hours ago. He seen the clip I did the other day on Manny and Philly. He knows both of them. I believe he's closer or was closer to Philly at the time of this situation that happened. And again, I told him I really ain't got no dog in the fight because I don't really know either one of them. So I just kind of gave my opinion based upon what I was reading the blogs. I may have listened to like a 30-minute segment or so of Kenny.
Okay, so this man Wack 100 was calling. I thought he was saying goober, but evidently he was saying goofy. So Bubbly is meant Finney's wife was his wife. And they were calling Julie his girlfriend, but Julie, they were actually married. Are you really used to enjoy the live stream though? And I did want to meet them. I wait a minute. You used to enjoy the live stream. You did want to meet them in person. I was too busy when I was in Vegas. Thank you, God, for saving. I'm glad you didn't go to the strip, child. You right. I'm glad you didn't go to the strip. If they couldn't control themselves, how come they couldn't do an online conversation? I know. I wish they would have just D-Ware and some other people should have just got them together and just say, look, just stop. They should have just pressured Finney. Don't make no more videos about him. Put those on private. Just stop it. But his whole channel was built off of that. If he put them all on private, he probably would have went under the 4,000 watch hours. You know, it's just a lot. That's why you don't ever want to just build your whole channel. I got a plethora of shit on my channel. That's why it says talk show and more. It's going to be a whole lot of different things. So I don't get stuck on just one thing. But if it's a case, I'm going to cover it until it's over. But I'll still do other things in between.
That's kind of where I got my content, seeing going at dude's wife or whatever. But come to find out, it's a whole lot more to these dudes. Like, that wasn't the first time they met. First time face to face. The brother D-Ware here, I just helped Manny get his channel started. I believe he helped Philly too get his channel started. So
no, I didn't help Manny get his channel started. His channel was already started, but I was participating in his channel.
Okay,
in the beginning.
Okay, so you was
when
like
I first started doing COVID.
So you was like going on there like as one of the hosts, or?
No, what I would do was when I was in Vegas, visiting Vegas, like I would always go to Vegas, like twice a month at least. Every now and then I would just, he out on the strip live streaming or wherever, I would run into him and I would join his live stream. You know what I mean? Just kicking it with him, basically. It was fun. Walking around, back then he was different. The dude was very entertaining, funny, would do hot dog challenges, just a bunch of funny, going around interviewing people, asking them.
This is Manny.
This is Manny.
So Manny, he say Manny was funny. You used to do the hot dog eating contest. I would have loved to see that. I like stuff like that. So Manny was just doing his thing. He wasn't trying to do videos on somebody every day and drag them down. He wasn't bothering nobody. And had Bubbly not got in his face that night and started that, them two probably never would have had issues. I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
Met him during COVID. I mean, I on seeing my wife said, "Oh, you need to check this YouTuber out. He do some crazy. He funny. He entertaining. With on TV, nothing like that. Checking him out." So we was out there all the time. So we just ran up on him and say, "What up? Blah blah blah. Like your show, this and that."
Yes, and D-Ware admit his page, Sin City Finney. It was a hate page. It was.
Found out I used to play in the NFL, so we kind of use that. We kind of use that whole NFL thing. Oh, I got NFL players, down with me. However you want to, because I'm like, do whatever. I'm retired, no big deal. So
who do you used to play for?
The Cardinals, and this is back in the 90s. The Cardinals, the Bengals, and Dallas with.
Wait a minute, is this DeMarcus Ware? I might have to. This DeMarcus Ware, the Cowboys. Is this DeMarcus Ware? Why you out there acting like you ain't got sense? You a Dallas Cowboy, a former Dallas Cowboy. Dude, you was not supposed to let these men do this. You part of America's team. We solve problems. We don't make them.
Dion and everybody was there. I played 1 year with Dallas. I was a backup.
So was you like a starter, or you just like a...
I started for the Cardinals, but not the Cowboys. I started one game for the Cowboys. I don't know if you remember Jay Novacek back then.
Yeah.
He had hurt his back. So
I remember the check man. I remember you. I cannot believe this. This dude, what is you doing out there in Alabama? Alabama. Out here messing with these folks in YouTube channels and getting yourself in a... Now you got two people deceased. You should have told that man, tell your wife, quit going up in men's face. I got another super sticker. Hold on. Let me check. I got a super sticker because I get to run in my mouth. Wait a minute. They say I got another super sticker. Hold on, y'all. Let me find it because I'm way down in the... I know I'm behind in the company. Okay. Thank you, DJ Ben Rock. I appreciate my soup. I sure do, honey. I sure do. Thank you. Let me find my little thing that I like to play because I don't get to play it that often. Thank y'all. Thank you. Let me because see, I done found out this man to play for the Cowboys, and I get stuck on that, honey, because I'm gonna tell y'all. Now, look at that. You see that cowboy up there? Yeah. Okay, let me get back to this because it's what's done is done. Unfortunately, it's a sad thing. I wish D-Ware would have been more persistent when he was telling him, because he said he pulled out 3 months. I wish he would have just been more persistent, like you would, like if it was the playoffs and you needed to win. You should have been more persistent.
Bringing in, somebody to kind of fill in for him, but Troy wasn't trusting nobody pretty much, but Novacek.
Don't you talk about the 8 man. You get on back to what we was talking about. You get up off the Cowboys.
Troy wouldn't throw me the ball, period.
So you was a wide receiver.
I was a tight end.
Oh,
I'm a lot thinner than I'm right now than I was back then.
I mean, we talking 20-some years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so getting back, so you knew Manny before Finney.
Oh yeah, definitely. I met Finney actually through Manny's channel.
Yeah, because I seen Finney.
He met Finney through Manny's channel. Finney was a fan of Manny's. And D-Ware, you a traitor, man. Why you leave your boy? You that was your Never
said that he used to, I guess, kind of be in Manny's chat.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and I guess from that, he formulated what he wanted to do.
Right. Well, I can run it down. I'm looking for your I'm looking for the word you was calling Finney, because that's the one I wanted to kind of correct you on. Not correct, but like that ain't him. The goop, was it a goober?
He seemed like he was a goober type of dude.
Right.
He didn't say goober. He didn't say goofy. I know I heard what I heard. What does it mean when they say you're a goober?
Hey,
you know, like a happy-go-lucky type.
Oh.
You know,
Right.
I don't think he was like, I mean, all of us black, we all cut him something, but I don't believe he was like street orientated because
Exactly what I said. Because when I look at some of his life, he just like, I think he was pressured into doing this. Damn, man, I wish I would. I just hate this. I hate it.
he couldn't read the field. And his first move, and I'm basing that based on his first move. So again, this live is about the live I did yesterday on the dude that got unalived before Vegas. The Manny dude unalived the Penny dude. So this dude right here, D-Ware, I guess he knows them both. And I guess there was some huckles in the story, some things I didn't know. I don't know either one of them. I was circulating on the internet what I've been hearing previous win between these two, and some things happened. So they've been having some type of history. One of the gentlemen, I believe Manny, lives in Vegas, maybe from Vegas. The other gentleman, I'm thinking, lives in Arizona, was up there. But again, D-Ware, seeing the live I did yesterday is on my channel. I guess I said a few things that he asked questions about.
I cannot find unsophisticated person is what goober means. I cannot find WAC 100's main channel. This is what someone else has uploaded. Can someone please find his link so I can have his main channel so I can make sure I'm subscribed and I can share his channel, because since I'm playing his content under fair use, I'm learning from it. I'm learning. Please, I need WAC 100's channel link.
I said that based upon.
You froze for a minute. You froze for a minute. Repeat that.
I think the first thing you said you want to address is me calling Finney a Google.
Yeah, it was kind of offensive to me, but
why did you take that offensive?
I just took it offensive just because he ain't a goober if you know him. You don't know him, so I can understand you just seeing what you see and what happened with the incident. Yeah, this dude's a goober, he's slipping. I just feel, I went to the family's house that Monday after the Sunday happened. And they look at the internet, they look at all his son and daughters in their 20s, so they heavily on the internet. And I can imagine what they're going through right now. And
who's that? What who's going through?
The family. I can't even imagine what they're going through. So to have to come online.
Whose family you talking
about? No,
about?
I'm talking about Penny's family. I'm cool with them.
What about Manny's family?
What he did, I really don't. I'm not commenting on that. I don't have no feelings for that at all.
So you said you have no feelings? Hold on. You have no feelings for Manny's family?
The kids, I feel bad for them. Julie, no. I think she was in on this. So no, I have no.
Nah.
So D-Ware thinks that Julie, who is Sin City Manny's wife, he thinks she was in on it. Her. Let me put myself. He thinks that Julie was in on it. I'm gonna make another little scenery because I know y'all tired of looking at that one. But that just takes me a little time to do it. Wow. Okay, let me play.
Hold on. So you saying when I said Goober, I was kind of insensitive.
Thank you for the link.
Yeah, man, I got a nice backyard, y'all. It's a hike. I was kind of insensitive towards Kenny's family.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, when you go to Kenny, bro, We can't just
Thank you, first time viewer and now new subscriber. Love your personality and energy. Thank you so very much. I sure do appreciate it.
talk about the leaves and the branches. We gotta talk about everything.
But this is why I gave you a call, though, right?
Any concern about his family when he was talking, his BS, he was talking to Manny, but Finney thinking about his family when he's in Vegas.
I'm sorry, D. Ware and DeMarcus, where I got it mixed up. My apologies.
And he see this dude saying he's looking for him because he antagonized him. Was Finney thinking about his family?
Finney wasn't. Let me just tell you probably his mindset. This has been, you got to remember, this has been going on for 2 years. This has been going on for 2 years, back and forth. And I'm going to say, Finney was slipping. He wasn't, you know, some people try to say, hey, be careful, be careful. But Manny's been doing this for 2 years. This ain't Finney's first time.
Why you keep saying Manny's been doing it?
What I'm saying has been, okay, let me give you an example. That's what I'm saying. People don't know what's been going on back and forth. Before the incident Sunday, 2 weeks prior to that, Manny walked up on him the same way. Finney had his back turned. They were on Fremont Street. Manny walked up on him the same way. Finney didn't see him. Manny pushed him in the back and took off. Now, there's video of them, cops got Manny in handcuffs for harassment or whatever. Finney's on.
So 2 weeks before this, Manny walked up on. Manny was, damn, this is crazy. Why did you go back to? So he was going back and forth. Man.
On the other side talking to the police. Because the whole thing was, dude, if he does something, you need to file a report. This way, if you get a restraining order against him or something, if you do something to him, now there's a paper trail.
All right, y'all, there it is. So was the terminology used to describe?
Okay, so see, let me see. Hold on, wait a minute. I think somebody just sent me. Let me see. Hold on, wait a minute. The 100 show. Okay, this might be it. Oh, that's too long. So yeah, the people that's cutting it out, they just getting. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit of something else, and then I get back to Whack 100 probably tomorrow, maybe. But hold on. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go nowhere.
Wife were on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They were only giving trying to resuscitate him. That means she was dead instantly.
Yeah.
You know, that
Point blank. You know,
I don't respect that.
Yeah, that was crazy the way he did that. And you know that 3 lives are lost. You know, 3 lives are lost in the process. And the only one that suffers are the family.
Shout out again. This is Gonna Collect This. I like the way he does his interview, his commentary. We won't listen to all of this, but he made a few points that I want to hear.
Again, it's reckless. It's fucking
I see I'm froze again. Hold on. Wait a minute. Maybe not. Am I back? Okay. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on. But let's get back to this.
It's what happens when people don't know how to control themselves and be adults and converse and have conversation and all that. You know, the beef gets real. And it's crazy. Everyone's always, pull up the rap song. Pull up. Motherfuckers will nowadays. Because they feel like, you gotta understand, when you're disrespected online and there's thousands and thousands of people watching, some people can't take that. In their mind,
when there's thousands and thousands of people watching you online, getting dogged out, and can't take that. Gunner, you're so right, sir.
Cannot take that. They're like, damn, everyone thinks I'm a punk. I have to prove myself, you know? Mm-hmm. And then when you're playing with someone who seems like he didn't have a full deck in the beginning, it's nuts. Y'all should do a call-in, says Joshua Brenda. Call-in? What do you mean? Has Sin City been arraigned? Yes. He went to his first court date. They hit him with no bail. He's been charged with 2 counts of open murder and 1 count, I think it was, of assault with a weapon or something like that. But I know he got no bail. And his next court date is June 12th, so it's in a few days.
Well, that already happened.
Goose, what's up with it, man? Big heck. He said that's why there's a thing called blocking. You got to use it. What's up, Antonio? I talk if they only knew. Salute. What's up, brothers?
What's cracking?
What's up with you guys? Yeah. I thought I was having a bad night. Yeah, the man channel, it is what it is. Joshua Brandon. Finney's wife was fighting physically with Manny's wife on Fremont, their first encounter. Yeah, that was just like a couple scene. These couples just, they had hatred for each other, it seems. You know? Here we go. We're gonna bring Shoe Shine Boxing on, Dubs.
So this is what I was waiting on. They're bringing somebody up that knew them. So let's listen to a little bit of it.
What's happening with it, brother?
Hey, what's happening? What's cracking?
What's cracking?
Well, Gunner, I've been following you guys, both you and Dubs, for a while. Do I have my audio placed enough? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Right, Manny, they gave him July the 3rd. He needs to hire his private attorney. So I don't know if he has the funds. I mean, I don't know. Maybe somebody will take it pro. I don't know. Because I'm thinking whatever attorney, they're going to go with he was bullied and how they ruined his life and steadily attacked him daily. That's hundreds and thousands of people. That's what they're going to say. Whether you all like it or not, that's what they're going to say.
We can hear you. I think he's trying to turn down his audio. Yeah, perfect.
I was being unprofessional. I had a device in the background playing. Are we good now?
Yeah, we're good. We're perfect, bro.
How they get rid of her GoFundMe account? Wow.
Can you hear us?
All right, guys. I did have my main computer playing you guys in the background. I apologize about that.
Okay,
it's kind of hard for me to come on to any platform. I've talked on my small channel, guys. I've known the perpetrator for 4 years. I grew up in the Mission District. I don't know if you've ever seen some of my comments. I grew up on 24th and Folsom. You know, I was never active, dog. I was all into sports, but all the homies were. If it wasn't for, you know, boxing, wrestling, baseball, I would have probably gone on the wrong path. But I met the dude Manny about 4 years ago because I used to come to Vegas all the time for fights and gambling. And we instantly connected because he was from Salinas and I've been living in San Jose for 20 years. So we had that in common. And in fact, I used to work at a lot of job sites around where his wife is from, Watsonville, you know, Watson and whatnot, and Salinas. But I've been living in Vegas for 2 years now. Finally left the Bay Area. And although I was cool with Manny, I had his phone number, I never really pursued a friendship because the truth about him is that he's the ultimate main character. He didn't like people like that. If you had too much personality, he didn't want you on his channel or on his stream. I'm saying he had.
So this is someone that knew Manny, and he's saying that Manny was the ultimate personality. He didn't want the ultimate character. He was the star of the show. He didn't want the co-star to outshine him. He didn't want, if you had too much personality, he really didn't want you on his team.
I mean, you know, B players or however you want to say it, he was going to have nobody take his shine.
He wanted to be the center of attention.
Absolutely. And so do I. You know, I think we're both Libras and whatnot, but that's the kind of guy he is. If you're going to take his shine, he didn't have a need for you on his channel. Unless you were a big benefactor, unless you were going to be donating big dollars. He might make some wiggle room.
I don't know who Jose Baez is. You probably got to afford him though.
So do you happen to know, bro, what this all stemmed from as far as where these guys first started to just like go at each other?
Now let's see if his story is gonna match D Ware of how this all started. Let's listen.
You know, because it seems like above anything, they were just really at it.
Yeah, dog. And none of the news are reporting on this, and there's a lot of misinformation. So because Finney's my friend, Finney was my friend as of Sunday. I got text messages from him, and that's why I was kind of off. I'm still shaken up. I'm grieving. I'm kind of in shock, trying to make sense of something that's nonsensical. Because they had this squabble. They had this beef. What you guys are saying beef, but it goes back even before this Halloween incident that the news has picked up on. About 2023, there was a Halloween incident where Manny maced the wife of Finney. So in that video, she had stepped into his space. Both of them were live streaming in front of what they call it Club Clyde, which is this like this DJ that plays, you know, Latin music, and it gets popping. You'll see those videos, man. It gets popping on Fremont Street every weekend. He had probably the biggest circle, and so these live streamers at the time, Manny had capitalized on streaming every Friday and Saturday, and his channel grew up 1,000 people watching that shit. And
look, 1,000 people in your chat is a big deal. Okay, it's a big deal. And that's what he was getting until this fateful night.
These other content creators started stepping into what he believed was his territory. He ain't had no part of that. He had kind of accumulated. He's from Salinas, dog. I don't know who his affiliates were in Salinas, but he operated his channel like, you know, like prison politics, gang politics. So he had people who would do his dirty work for him. He would try to make sure that no other live streamers, content creators would be at this circle. Like he protected that shit like it was for real, like it was his turn. Yeah. There was a particular woman I'm very close with, and she's close friends with someone that was originally Manny's first probably big enemy, and that's a professional football player who's also my friend, former professional football player. His name is being circulated now. I don't want him to be dragged into the mud because he's a good guy. And I'm starting to see other channels where people are picking up on information about him. He goes by D-Ware. That's not his legal name. He played for the Arizona Cardinals.
Why would him and Manny be beefing though? What did the ex-football player Manny get the beefing about?
And I believe he came out of a strong. Actually, I believe he comes from Del Paso Heights, which is Sacramento's a strong North Daniel neighborhood, a mixed neighborhood now. So he played for the Cardinals. He played for Cowboys. Got a lot of money. Somehow he met Manny to hit it off. They ended up becoming enemies. He branches off, and he already had a channel. So he decided, hey, I'm going to have some people locally in Las Vegas stream content for me on my platform, on my channel. So this woman's a lovely woman. She's from Oakland, my friend Sarah. She started going down on Fremont, and they started to.
Sarah. So that's Sarah. So, okay. D-Ware got a lot of money. So D-Ware must have saved his money. He wasn't one of the NFL players. He's sort of like Chad Ochocinco. He probably wore fake jewelry like Chad did when he was wearing all that stuff, didn't buy the real stuff. He still has money like Deion Sanders. He's got money, I guess. So he started getting people to, he's gonna put people into stream where he knows Manny, his, ooh, child, that's just messy. Your men just messy. You're messy.
Intimidate, bully, harass, make sure she wasn't anywhere near, like, hey, don't film this circle. Get the fuck away from her. So they started to harass her for a while. And he came down there. He's in that Halloween video, D-Ware. They came down there, and it looks like their intention was to let Manny know, you don't fucking run this shit. You don't own this shit. This is a public street. Anybody could be here. Stop harassing her. Stop harassing this woman. None of the men did that. It was Finney's wife. In that Halloween.
Now here's another man saying, none of the men stepped up to Lil Papa over here and told this one, looking for my baby. Nobody said, none of the men said nothing. It's the woman. Why she go to that? You know what? Never mind. I ain't gonna speak ill.
Video, you will see Finney's wife straight up put the camera on Manny. And if you watch in slow motion, it looks like he tapped her first to get the fuck out of my face. She ends up hitting him with the gimbal stick.
Now, D-Ware said all he did was he moved the camera. He didn't put his hand on her. But she stepped to him. Out of all the men, nobody, they wanted Sarah. Who the hell is Sarah? I want to see a picture of Sarah. Is she all that in a bag of chips? What's the dealio?
And then Amelia.
Sarah got all this shit started. Because she want to film on Fremont.
Basically, Amelia was. A lot of people that were just standbys got hit. And Manny pulled out the mace and made a bunch of people actually got maced. But he was the one to introduce Finney's wife. That same weekend, Finney already had a sports channel. That's what I got. I got a small sports channel, very small. He had a sports channel. So he went on his live, and people knew that he got assaulted because it was caught on a live stream. Well, they knew his wife got maced. He didn't take any physical action. He wasn't able to. I mean, he had the mace like blinding him. He wasn't able to get at Manny and fight him or anything.
Yeah.
He goes live, hundreds and hundreds of people he's never seen in his life. He got 200 followers. Hundreds and hundreds of people like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, you know the drama. Yeah.
We saw the drama, 800, 900 people. He's like, oh shit. I'm interested in my story.
He got 800 people because of Manny. So from that point on, his life became Manny. His sole mission. He probably would have forgotten about it. But when 800 people hit your chat and they start subscribing, then all of a sudden your channel gets money. Hey, I've gone viral. I have a 500,000 plus view video. I know how it feels. But it didn't make me want to go get no man face and get.
I guess the following week, he decides, oh, let me come on the air. Use StreamYard. I heard it's free. Let me come on the air and talk about what happened. Instantly died. Now you only have 200 subs, 500-600 people watching live.
So at first he only had 200 subs. Now he got 500-600 people watching his live. He only had a little 200 sub channel. His fame came from Manny. He built his on the back of Manny. And Manny knew that. All this time, Manny knew it. He probably been thinking if they never would have got in my face, man. I wouldn't have fucked with me. I'm on the strip doing what I do. I'm minding my business. What's the problem?
That was the beginning of his channel, his journey. He was never set out to be what people are going to call a reaction channel, criticism channel, whatever they want to call it now. And they're actually calling it cyber bully, like he was a cyber bully.
He piggybacked off that one incident to blow his channel up, basically.
And even his best friend, one of his best friends, D-Ware, came on there and said, this shit ain't going nowhere, dog. Just stop doing it. Within a few weeks, he never grew exponentially in subscribers. He doubled the subscribers over his death. But he had 5, 6, 7, 1,000 people watching his channel. But it's important for everybody to know who doesn't know what's going on in this backstory, because it's a small Las Vegas content creator community, is that people had already been stopped following Sin City Family because of he has to take accountability. He never took accountability for why people left his channel. There was a whole slew of events of violence, attacks against women. It's like not bullying in real life, like bullying. There was an incident where he came after another content creator and he sent two of his guys. Actually, one of the guys was decent. I ended up knowing this guy who went by the name of Grumpy. That kid Grumpy,
Manny is a real little gangster.
was sent to go attack another live streamer. Happened on camera. That went viral. That kid ended up dying in a horrific DUI crash the same night he was hanging with Manny. People saw that Manny had capitalized financially. Doc, there's a right now, there's going to be a vigil for my boy Finney, and I'm not going because I can't stand the fact that people are capitalizing, monetizing. I won't do it. I won't do it. They're like, if somebody was live streaming my brother's funeral or a vigil.
Yeah, I hope, I don't, some folks don't care about the dead. They think they're going to live forever. They don't think they're going to, just the show is the days is long in the summertime, and we all going to leave here one day. But how will you leave? Don't play with the dead. I see what he's saying. People are going to be streaming the funeral because they know people are going to want to see it, and they're going to use. That's crazy. I would be afraid to do that. I would literally be afraid to film somebody's funeral and especially make fun of the dead. I would never do that. I hope I never get that desperate.
Get the fuck out of here. I just can't. I'm not down with that. I'm not down there right now in front of the Bellagio, but I sent my piece to my channel. I spread the GoFundMe. But that incident, that was just one of the many incidents that people started leaving his channel, right? And they started going over to Finney's channel to vent their frustrations with Manny. And he used to openly brag that he had over 4,000 people blocked. So off the jump, you have 4,000 people are like, I fucking hate that dude. Why'd you block me? I'm gonna go watch this guy. An instant audience. And it took off. I mean, I know you guys are like top content creators, but for somebody with just a couple thousand subs, to see 500, 600, 700 people, I see Felipe Esparza, one of the best comedians in America, on his YouTube channel doesn't get 700, 800 people watching him on his podcast. And he's got Netflix specials. And there are people out there saying Finney didn't have no traction as a content creator, but it was mainly because people weren't subscribing because they were probably ashamed to say, I'm enjoying this shit talking, bashing, whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying I support what he was doing on his platform, but I supported him as a human being because he was my friend off camera. And
did you tell him to stop? But that was the only way he could get views. Nobody was going to watch anything else he did. Anything else he tried to do, if he just tried to play the games, they wasn't going to watch it. It wasn't Manny. Maybe it wasn't Manny. He lived through Manny. Manny got tired of it. I mean, I know it is what it is.
He didn't have a fucking mean bone in him. He thought the night he got shot, you could see in his face, he did not see a threat from Manny. He didn't register it. He didn't register that he was coming up to him. In my opinion, I've seen the video too many times. It's hard to see your homeboy get shot on TV, circulating. It's fucking wild. If you watch the reaction time between the camera frames, I've calculated it at 1.26 seconds to 1.33 seconds. The time between the shot, he's in frame and the first shot. If I'm a district attorney, a prosecuting attorney, I'm going to bring in an expert, and I'm going to have them demonstrate in front of an audience how fast you can get your concealed carry permit, your concealed carry weapon, out of your holster, and make that decision that there's a threat. And I'm willing to say that not even a top law enforcement person can get the pistol out of a concealed carry.
This young man, he had a permit. That's why I wish they just wouldn't let nobody carry guns in public. But I know, one of my sons in the army, he love his guns. Everybody got a gun. It's just the wild, wild west.
Poster in 1.26 seconds.
It happened pretty fast. The situation went down pretty fast.
And you go watch it, and I would take that approach in front of a jury and say, this guy is a former FBI agent. He's an expert. He can't get his gun out and determine there's a threat. Because the truth of the matter is that Manny walked up to him with the handgun in his hand, already out. He circled back and shot him.
But I want to know, why did he circle back? Is it because he heard the wife saying, don't come over here and start no shit? Why did he circle back? Because I'm sure let me see what he's going to say.
Walked by him the first time and circled back with the handgun in hand already to execute my boy.
So here's a question, bro. So was it to the point of antagonizing? I mean, did he say, you know what, hey, I'm gonna be over there, I'm gonna be here, and we've seen where Manny he did the video where he's cruising up and down saying he was going to casino looking for him. At that point, bro,
that was the morning before too.
Yeah, the morning before. At that point, do you think decision made, mind made up, this is where he's going with it, and all over, you're saying it all stems from, I mean, there was a few incidences hands-on with the wives and everything, but you're saying that all this is based on losing subscribers and views, and because Manny felt that Finney was gaining traction, basically, because of him, because of down talking him. So that's all, that is straight up, this is what happened. This was the end game right here, the incident. All because of that? Did they ever fight? Was there ever hands-on with them?
There's a really important piece of information to point out. When I met Manny sometime about 4 years back, he had made a very important decision in his life, that even though he didn't have a huge YouTube channel, it was...
Listen, this is why Manny did what he did on the strip. Listen. And I just found out about these people. Finney wasn't going to stop. He enjoyed it too much. Facts run. When Manny asked Bubbly not to film him, she didn't listen to him, and she got in his face and started filming him. She did. And 2 men have said it that knew them personally. She was the, she was the one that was gonna cuss people out and not her husband. Some women are like that. And the husbands will be like, oh, when she get that alcohol in her, that's how she do. Some men know they women. I'm sorry. But listen to this.
It was COVID. He decided he was going to quit his full-time job that was providing money for his family. He was going to decide, I'm going to quit my job because on the weekends I'm making some good super chat money already, live streaming out, partying. Mm-hmm. When he quit his job, he put all his faith into revenue from donations, because he probably didn't get monetization from ads. And as someone who live streams, if you live stream on downtown Las Vegas, the music won't even know. I said that. I bet he was getting his money from the super chats, because he's playing that music on the strip. And it's going to say that's gonna, void the video from being paid like through Google ads. But the super chats you can still get, and he was getting a lot. But when he came along and started doing what he did, that was it. And that's why he hated him so. Y'all want to know why Manny did what he did? Listen to this man right here. Allow you to make ad revenue.
Copyright.
Right. So he was going to depend 100% on super chats and cash apps, and PayPals, to provide for his family. He had no other income.
So, and you know what? And that right there is crazy. How long did he have his YouTube channel?
He's been having his channel for a long time. The thing is, now you can't go see it, but he actually tried to have a rap career coming out of Salinas. He had put out an album. You guys, you won't be able to see it now, right? They took it all down, but he tried to launch a rap career out of Salinas, and he always had high aspirations to be an entertainer, actor. He professed it all the time. I want to be an actor. He thought that he was going to get found by the entertainment industry from his channel, that he was going to somehow, hey, we're not even going to, hey, come to Hollywood. We got a role perfect for you. Like, it was just going to get handed to him. So he always had these, hey, bro, I was attracted to that because, like I said, when I first met him, I'm like, that takes a lot of fucking balls. I got respect for that. Like, you're really going to put all your eggs into this basket, like, not knowing. It's like, man, you got to pursue your dreams. That was one of the things about him. He was very charismatic at first, man, when he built his
What's like identity theft, Sugar Daddy? Taking somebody's channel? Finney knew it was real attention at the end. Finney is now infamous. Finney knew it was real. Finney just wanted some help with followers. Manny should have been cool, but power corrupts people. I heard he had an arsenal in his home and that he liked to build guns himself. I don't know what time he had to himself to build a gun, but that's what they said. Allegedly. That's some, I forgot how to say it. Cheetah. I forgot how to say gossip. Lord have mercy. They're all famous now. I hope it was worth it. Yeah, because I sure know about them. I bet them neighbors know your name. Yep, we know. I know. I didn't know nothing about him. And he can watch, he can probably see some of this from jail.
The audience, he was very charismatic and he was talking to a lot of people. It was COVID era. There was no Latino content creators out of the Las Vegas, basket, and he was it. And so he instantly was like getting traction with the Latino community and everybody else.
So he monopolized that area and holding it down, basically.
I bet he was a cool person at first to attract people like D-Ware and, all the people following him and, to be down there. Because, like, let's say you're a tourist and you go to Vegas. When you walk in and he was one of the people that would be entertaining, and you give them money. You do. I've done that when I've gone to other cities. That was what Manny was doing, and he was trying to preserve it. I hate that it had to get to the point but nobody wanted to stop. It's like once you get to going, they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to stop because if they don't talk about you, like when my bullies were bullying me, and who knows, anything could happen at any given moment. It is what it is. When they didn't do videos on me, nobody watched their shit. They were waiting on them to dog me out.
That boggles my mind right there, Dubs and Shoeshine. The way he was able to basically debo that area, like I ain't having no one come in my area. This is me. I'm holding it down.
The reason why I asked how old his channel was is because he said that he basically made that his number one source of income. He quit his job, right? Mm-hmm. And you said that because of the music he couldn't monetize, and that's mind blowing to me because all you have to do is download the damn video to CapCut, remove all the music, and then repost it, and you make a bunch of money. So for him to, I'm just trying to get like how this dude's thought process. It doesn't seem like he's all there. Like,
yeah.
Oh, and you know what? Oh, see what I didn't know that you know what? I just go in and I just say delete that part. But okay, I see what you're saying. You can go to CapCut, download it, put it on CapCut, and I have CapCut. Okay. Gunner's Collectives. I kind of like it.
And that was my next question, Shoeshine. And that's my next question. You having interaction with him and Finney, did you see like, man, this guy Manny is not, he has a screw loose? Like, did you see it like JCat activities,
Now, early on, he didn't exhibit any of that behavior. It was after I left his channel as a supporter. I remember one time I saw him on Fremont Street, and he's like, "Where you been, homie?" And to watch you, I guess you could say I'm a silent supporter, silent watcher. I wasn't involved in his community anymore because he fucked over so many people that I knew personally. I mean, he just like the list kept growing and growing. So I'm like, I'm done with him too. I gotta be done with him before he fucks me up. I can't be like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but we always kept it respectable. Like even just months ago, I saw him and was respectable. I don't know. I've always kept it respectable, dog. I never disrespected him publicly. He never disrespected me. Like I said, a lot of people left this channel, and I became friends with Kenny about 2-3 years ago. His boy D Ware, who I said was a football player, NFL player. He's like, hey, I'm gonna get you. Let's try to do a football pick show, like where we do football picks.
Yeah.
So, and that was something Finney wanted to do on YouTube creatively, was to have a football betting show.
So go ahead.
There's somebody in the chat, Evil Sativa, who is bringing up D-Ware. He's brought him up several times, and he's saying, I mean, maybe he's saying, I guess D-Ware is the one that brought Finney into this. I guess got them to meet somehow or something. I don't know. I'm just reading his stuff, and he's saying here D-Ware should be accountable for something. D-Ware, the person accountable for what happened is the person that pulled the gun out.
Yes, absolutely. And that leads me to my next question.
Wait. I'm asking him, did D-Ware make the introduction in them two, or did they meet some other way?
To my knowledge, Finney was an early supporter and watcher of Manny.
Okay.
Way back. So he didn't meet. If they met, Finney met Derek where because of that channel. Like they lived in Phoenix. They both live in Phoenix area, so they're like, oh shit, they hit it off and they became homies. But Finney's, if you want to say his distaste for Manny came way before that. Like I said, way before even that Halloween incident. There have been many events publicly and whatnot that people had grown tired of Manny and left his channel because of the shit that they had seen transpire. So Finney already, whatever you want to say, he disliked Manny heavily disliked him. On that night on Halloween in 2023, when that melee happened, was recorded, he was part of a big group that was there to party, and I don't think Manny wanted anybody there. He definitely didn't want D-Ware there in his area, his circle, and that's why it popped off. Like I said, that ended up being the precipice for the channel launching. The weekly podcast dedicated to trolling,
Okay. So Spencer, excuse me, Eva says that Manny is his dog. So this is interesting because you're close with Finney. You knew both, and then we have somebody who knows Manny, and we're just trying to figure out. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Yes.
And people who are friends with people, you're always going to see them through a different light. You know what I mean? And we're trying to be fair. We didn't know that you were going to be in our chat, and you actually knew these people. So this is something different.
But Dubs, the reason I'm here is because I thought Gunner's video today was unbiased. You know what I mean? I trust you guys. I watch you guys, and I wasn't planning on coming on here. Like I said, there's a vigil right now. As far as Manny, I don't know what was going on in his head. I find it hard to believe that there were no more choices. That was the only choice he had left. And I want to keep it. I want to keep it the focus on the victims, because there's a lot of children involved in this whose lives have been ruined and affected for the rest of their life. And I want to keep the focus entirely on the victims and the children. I could change my channel to a true crime channel tomorrow and start just talking about this, but there's so many people that are both content vultures right now that are like, fuck it, I'm going to talk about this. They have no understanding of the backstories, or they don't have any personal relations, and I'm not going to do that. I'm choosing not to do that. I'll probably do this one interview and nothing more. If you love Manny, you supported him.
Well, I wouldn't say content vultures. It's just so bizarre. I mean, and some people can relate to being bullied. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm doing it because I can relate to being bullied. And when I say bullied, I mean having someone make videos about you day after day after day, using your content, which is what happened to Manny. It doesn't, but how he handled it, I would never do that. But you don't know what people will do. That's why you can't be effing with people.
Friend, everybody makes mistakes, but this one's pretty damn serious, man.
This is an ultimate. You can't come back from this one. This no longer became a mistake when he put that gun in his hand. It became straight up what it was, what we seen. Here's trip out on this. So, do you honestly, in your opinion, because you interacted with both of these guys, and you said, and I agree, man. It seems like, and me and Dubs talked about this prior, that it seemed like Manny, because he put so much stock into his channel, because that's all he cared about, and with what they considered cyberbullying, which what they figured was going on, or what I seen. You know, I've seen some videos where it seemed like Finney was just playing. It seemed like Finney didn't take it really that serious, just seen it as a way to grow his channel. Kind of latched onto something and went, and whereas Manny took it super serious. Do you think in that instant, like you said, Finney didn't see it coming, or he didn't think Manny had that in him? Like, did you think like Finney going out there on the strip, okay, shit could possibly go down. There's threats being made, but do you think in that instant he wasn't even expecting nothing like this ever to happen? Like, this guy's not about this, like that life like this.
Yeah,
or do you think he thought maybe, you know?
He expressed last week a little bit of concern about going to Las Vegas. Homeboy was married in Las Vegas. His birthday was coming up. His wedding anniversary was coming up. And I think everyone underestimated how far Manny was gonna go to exert revenge or perceive revenge. You know, I didn't think Manny was capable of doing that myself. I've seen Manny when he had people will tell you 4 years ago. He attracted a lot of people. He appeared to be a really family guy, a good family guy. Everybody has their limit, but I'm not condoning that violence at all. I'm not going to condone that, the decision he made. He had multiple opportunities. I'm going to say it right now because you see the title on my channel. I covered the sport of boxing in the fight capital of the world. He had multiple opportunities, including financial opportunities, to do celebrity boxing, YouTube boxing, like I think you did something with Salinas too, right, Gunner? He had multiple opportunities presented to him to fight Finney and get the grudge match over with, and get this grudge match out of it.
So somebody did. I wish they would have taken that and did a doggone boxing YouTube match. Man, that would have been huge. There's a couple of people I could think of right now that, baby, if they would decide to do a boxing match, I'd like to do a boxing match with somebody from my past of harassment. I'd like to put on some gloves and give it all I got. Hell, they might knock me out, but I'm going to give it the old college girl try. Okay?
Oh, so there was actually an opportunity for them to fight it out, do it the peaceful way.
But I mean, that's cool that there was that opportunity.
Doesn't mean that
the guy was like fucking 1.5 feet bigger than the guy. Like, what was he gonna do? So the guy, so Manny feels like he's being offended by an individual, and then he's gonna go in there and get clowned. I'm sure. I mean, I get why he wouldn't do it, but I don't know if you saw my video today. I saw.
So he pretty much saying Manny wasn't gonna do that because the dude is like a giant over him. And, you know, he might well lose. So then people will really be saying, oh, then he beat you. Then he probably would have still kept making videos about him. Yeah, I see what he's saying.
I think the guy's name is Atozy, Atozy, and he did a video on this thing, right? And he showed a live stream where Finney and some other guys were on the live, and Finney was saying, you know, all I got to do is report Manny's channel one more time, and it's going to get took down, and then he'll kill himself, and then we're all laughing about it. And I told Gunner, I said, I'm sure now it makes more sense how you said that was his only source of income. That's how he took care of his family. And then he was so, like, I don't.
That's what I said. People will take your channel, and may he rest in peace. He didn't have a legitimate reason to strike down his channel. What he did was lie on the copyright strike that he sent to YouTube. But YouTube uses a bunch of damn computers, so it got through. And Manny didn't know how to go in and rewrite that shit and get his channel back. He could still get his channel back today. I wonder why. Never mind.
No, the way he was trying to like bully everybody out of the spot. I told Gunner, and I didn't know that part of what you brought up. I said, when he's hearing these dudes say, oh, these fools they think I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna go kill you. That could have been something, I don't know. But because of the way he was acting in that car, and he said, I'm gonna catch you at a red light, and he was doing all this, the dude's mind was made up. And I don't know if, we'll never know if Finney and his wife saw that the day before it happened. They saw that video, but it seemed clear that he was talking about doing some gunplay when he caught him in Las Vegas. You know, so I don't know. I don't. You know, the way you're describing him, wanting to control a fucking public area, not wanting anybody to be his equal. I mean, that's a psychopathic trait. That's narcissism right there.
Yeah.
I mean, however you want to call it. I mean, he was extremely competitive. I mean, he was competitive. He self-described himself as the king of Fremont. You know, that was his shit. And so
So Manny called himself the king of Fremont. Wow. Fremont belongs to everyone that comes to Vegas. You know, it's open. He said he was the king of, you couldn't just come down there and set up shop and start making money. That was his business. He gave up his full-time job. You heard this man say it.
He absolutely had a problem with competition, and he felt like he could squash the competition. And there's a lot of big egos on these YouTube streets, as you guys know. Finney's stature, size, former football player himself, man. He obviously, when he started to get a taste of success on YouTube, that had to have a part in it. Both of these guys had tremendous personalities, and tremendous personalities come tremendous egos.
And it's crazy, man, because these guys in another life could have been partners and could have assisted each other. We always say that behind the scenes, man, if more YouTube content creators or people in general assisted each other, there'd be a lot more money. There'd be a lot more everything positive, you know. But
Gunner,
everyone's gonna wear the crown. Everyone's trying to wear the crown. It's a trip, you know.
Gunner, you hit the nail on the head, because I was talking to a homeboy that was friends with Manny from the very beginning as well. Had gifted him a lot of things. Had gifted him like 49er merchandise back in the day, like really expensive stuff. And he was kicked to the curb by Manny years ago. And he reached out to me because he was also close friends. This guy was talking to the wife, Bubbly, the day of the wedding. So yesterday, my boy called me, and he had mentioned that there was no thought process in Manny to see the possibility of how they could both. They had a symbiotic.
Right. If you know, and as long you know, but they were using his content as playing it, and when they use my content, what they would do is take my videos, even the ones I would put in my freaking membership, and every word I said, whatever I wore, whatever I ate, they would tear it down, complain about it. That's what bullies do. So that's where YouTube, when YouTube sees someone doing that with content, they need to shut the video down. But YouTube won't do it.
Guys, they needed each other, because that drama was keeping people interested in both of their channels.
Yeah, it was fueling the fire of their channels, and it does. Drama does. Unfortunately, in social media, drama is what fuels channels. If you have no content, if you don't have the personality, then drama is what people lean to. But at the end of the day, just like in this incident, the drama can only go so far until it has to become real, right? And man, this is very unfortunate.
I want to go ahead, because I'm seeing in the chat, there's some people like myself who don't watch TV. There's people that are coming in the chat and they're like, what happened? I don't even know what happened. So what happened was there were two YouTubers that didn't like each other. They had I guess, some bad interactions over a period of time. And one of them killed the other one along with his wife. He killed his YouTube rival and the YouTube rival's wife right there in Las Vegas.
And I still say, I don't think he would have taken the wife out had she not jumped in front of him. He went around her first to get him, then doubled back to her. I think, but anyway, too late.
On YouTube. And so I didn't what's the homie's name right here?
This is the homeboy Shoe Shine.
And so Shoe Shine knew them both. So he blessed us with the interview just to say what he knows about the individuals and what he's aware of and their dealings with each other.
Yeah. And again, I just want to make sure everybody knows I never had a problem with Manny. I left his community a long time ago. He always was very respectful to me. I always kept it respectful with him, but I ended up becoming personal friends with him because he was a big fight fan, and I'm out here in Vegas. He wanted to go hit up and see the big fights, you know, boxing things. Yeah. I became very friendly with him and Bubbly, and
I don't even can say here that I supported what he was doing using his platform, because there was a lot of things that I didn't enjoy, particularly like what was going on his channel as far as body shaming or talking about another man's wife. In my book, that's grounds for.
So D Ware had a Google squad.
A scrap with yeah. But it never transpired. Dubs, you said he was a lot smaller, a lot taller. There was many different ways they could have resolved this, and I felt a lot of guilt yesterday. I still had Manny in my contacts. I was friends with Finney. I never thought that this shit was going to happen. In the back of my mind, I always thought, could I mediate this? Could I do something with this? Other people have approached them about, hey, you guys have a beef. Let's go and go in Mayweather's gym, rent the gym for an hour, and have them scrap.
But them doing a live together, talking about just because they were beefing, so that would have, and they could have both been live on their channels, and both, you know, it would have, or either had a live one day on one channel and then they do another live on the other. Oh, it's too late for all that. But I'm saying that they could have just talked. But when you get to saying, yeah, I found out some information that he cheating on his wife. Yeah, I want everybody to do an unsubscribe. I think Manny had lost it a long time ago.
About televise it, show it to their audiences for members only. People actually had ideas like that, and I thought, could I be the mediator? But my friend, who I just told you was on the phone with Bubbly the day of the murder, said, "You would never get through to Manny, dog."
Oh, I'm not capping. I know Finney. This has happened to me, so I know. When I say I know how Manny felt when it comes to being harassed with somebody doing lives on you for 5 and 6 hours, I can totally understand that. I don't agree with him taking lives, but I can understand waking up to someone dogging you out day after day after day after day. Yeah. And people in the chat supporting it and paying them to do it. Yeah, I totally understand that. So ain't no cap here. So if anybody don't understand that, you better hope you never get in that position, because then you will understand somebody fucking with you every day.
Know that you would have never convinced. He didn't even listen to his brothers. He didn't listen to nobody. He made all
pretty independent person that had his mind made up. You know, I see this lady. What's up, West? And she's been making a lot of comments. And people pick sides in beefs and on YouTube. You like who you like, and we experience it a lot. It's hard to change people's minds. You got to let the content of your character change people's minds. Once they are fixated on whether they like you or not for whatever reason, that's what it is. But here's the thing that I have to address. I don't know exactly, and I know Finney was your friend. I don't know exactly the extent of the cyberbullying or the
Freddie 23 Diaz, you're right. Trust no one and suspect everyone, because they'll be your best support and your best friend. And next thing you know, they over there on the panel with Finney or Manny going against you. I'm just saying that because that's what we're talking about right now. Trust no one and suspect everyone. Word of the day.
Distant talking about Manny was, but with this girl, I guess she knows a little bit about it. She said that there was addresses being put out, information being put out, like a lot of personal things on Finney's side.
See, yeah, they leaving that out. They doxed his house. They said they was gonna call Section 8. They was fucking with the man. My job got put up on a community tab. I know what it feels like. People knew why I said, bring your ass over here if you want to. We stand our ground in Arkansas. Now, I did say that. I ain't going to go nowhere, but don't come to my house.
Yeah. You think he was just doing that because he was going to grow my channel?
The doxing incidents happened on both sides. There was an incident where Manny posted Finney's brand new house information on Craigslist.
Okay, see, Manny, you was wrong. But maybe I guess let's listen.
Said, come get these free Newports. I stopped smoking cigarettes. With 30 packs of cigarettes, and placed Finney's address. The doxing would happen on both sides. The one thing that I'll say about Manny, which is factual, was that he tried the hardest he could to internalize what was going on and not show the beef on his channel. He would try his hardest to contain himself. And it got
Manny?
Yeah, Manny did try to. See, Finney's weekly podcast was about that other channel.
Yeah, his whole focus was consistent on Manny.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's where you could see where they drove him mad. You could see
Yes, it drove him mad. So see, Manny wasn't. He didn't want to, because I didn't want to talk about that BS on my main channel either. I didn't even want to mention their names on my channel. And people, why is she not saying them? I didn't even want them mutts and animals and dogs mentioned on my channel, and I still won't do it. Manny didn't. He felt the same way. He tried, but every now and then, you know.
Imagine if someone's consistently talking about your wife every time, every chance he gets, and he's talking about your channel and trying to destroy what you feel you've built, especially when you have a behavioral pattern of being that one. Man, it's crazy. You know, I could see this was inevitable. This is the situation that Manny did with this do or die. I got to.
And see, this is the thing, because earlier I wanted to say, you know, the conversation kept going, but when you talked about the victims of this, right? I know that it's not popular, right? But me, having been convicted of murder, when we think of the victims, we have to.
Oh shit! Woo! He said he's been convicted of murking. Good. Good with the mugger. I'm just using y'all content under fair use, sir. No disrespect. No disrespect. No disrespect.
Remember that Manny victimized his own family as well. They are victims, because what's going to happen now is there's going to be a lot of people in the community over there in Las Vegas, over there in Nevada, who are going to point and say, that's that dude, that crazy ass dude's wife. Hey, that's his crazy ass kid. That's crazy. Those kids are his crazy ass kids. You know what I mean? And they're gonna have to live with that for them.
You're welcome. And I'm truly being not bad, because they were both wrong. And I truly do mean that. If one docs, they say, according to this friend, Manny put up homeboy's house first, and then all the other docs, and then what, but you know, then his wife did step to Manny first. So it all started on that side. And you guys that support, you may not want to hear that, but multiple people have said it.
Rest of their lives. What Manny did, it affected his wife and if he had any kids with her, you know, and they're victims as well. And a lot of times people forget, when they think of the victims, they think of the person who was murdered, and that family is the only victim. Manny didn't consider his wife and kids in this. I think you know, I didn't know that. So for every Tuesday, I think homeboy said right here, for 5 hours a day, Finney would just talk shit about this man.
You know how live streams go. Sometimes for the past 2 years, they go 3 hours. Sometimes there'd be 800 people, and you're like, I can't turn off the show. I can't turn off the show. The show's
I get it. Mm-hmm.
So 3 hours, 800 people watching somebody talk about you. Just 3 hours. I've had 8, 9 hours. Child. I understand. Look, I understand. It's not that I'm insensitive to people, to the deceased. I just understand what it's like to be effed with on a regular. And for people to tell you about yourself and think they know you better than you know yourself. Weird ass people on YouTube behind avatars. Just ignorant people. I mean, ignorant.
You know, so start at 7 o'clock, maybe end at midnight, because so many people were like,
you see that? Oh man, I know what can you, and then all this time, Manny, ain't nobody gonna be in his check, because they all over there listening to them dragging. Oh, look at that dude. Oh, he got on makeup. You look like look at you. So you get you.
And I'm gonna keep it real. He didn't always just talk. He didn't just talk about his popularity grew, and he would branch off and talk about other shit, including other creators, which I didn't agree with that, and I definitely didn't condone body shaming and a lot of what's considered cyberbullying. But I'm telling you that off camera, Finney was a good guy, man. He had a good heart. He didn't. All he wanted was an apology for Manny, and the channel grew like a monster. Grew. It had its own, started snowballing so much that I don't think he was able to turn it off. I think he was having fun, and he just was trying to get him.
Folks will call children schools. They'll call you. People just ignorant. YouTube need to, anytime they say, boy, I tell you the truth. I wish Donald Trump would do something. I wish he would put an executive order that YouTube don't let nobody cyberbully. We need an executive order from Trump. Shit.
Apology. He said it himself on his channel. He told me personally, once that dude Manny apologizes to me for spraying mace in my wife's face, I'll stop.
It was that one incident. So in his mind, it was like, hey, you just
But she got in his face. Damn, y'all just, it was
respected my wife and hurt her. So I'm going to continue to go in on you. And then at the same time, it was like a two-edged sword. He's going in on him for that particular reason, but then he's gaining popularity and watches and views, and that becomes addicting as a YouTube content creator. When you're blowing up and you're like, oh yeah, if this is what they want to hear, I got this all day for them, you know? So I can see that situation where behind the scenes.
You're right. Some people can't handle mental abuse. Can you imagine being called ugly and a bitch every day for hours and having songs made about you? That could break some people down. Some people might not be able to handle it. Some people might really get in their car and go find and do whatever they take to find those people and take them out. You might be riding through, wasn't looking for my baby. Some people would do that.
These were probably both two cool individuals that could have actually been friends if they just had a conversation, man. It's hard because, you know, people are not willing to do that, Coach. You know, thank you, Coach, very much. We appreciate that. Yeah, unfortunately, man, for Finney, I don't know. I seen someone that said that Manny had 3 children. How many children did Finney have?
Finney, I believe, had 5 children and a beautiful grandchild. And I'm really not, I'll tell you right now, I'm not happy about these narratives going around that could potentially, you know, YouTube cause racial tension, because Finney's family was mixed race, and one of his grandson was mixed Mexican, and I mean, like, his neighbors were Mexican. Finney had love for everybody.
So that's
people in his family.
That's been brought up.
Yeah, there's people. I mean, I'm on here because I want to stop the misinformation going on, and people may make this.
Well, the channel, my computer keep messing up. We're gonna get ready to end, and we'll come back to. And I was always almost. All right, y'all. We're gonna I'll come back tomorrow. I don't know, my phone. I was almost through with this video. We was almost to the end of it. We was almost through with it because I got WAC 100 channel now. But interview, close friend. I don't even know what was the video I was playing. Oh, this is it. It's almost done.
May make this into a racial issue. I've been seeing.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. People saying that it could be racially motivated. They always do that. It's. I don't think it had anything to do with any type of racial motivation, like you're saying, bro.
Yeah, Manny, you could go back and watch the melee video from Halloween that they're circulating. Manny had, you know, a black security guard that was his close friend. Finney has Mexican friends. Manny allowed people on his channel that were transgender, gay. He let everybody in. I can't say nothing bad about Manny for that. He let everybody into his crew, his channel, and Finney did as well. There's no racial undertone going on here.
Yeah.
Except people that want to make it that.
Yeah. Man, it's an unfortunate situation. So
wait.
Go ahead, Brooks.
You're right, DJ. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Real quick, I'm reading the post of Finney's daughter. and I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I probably wouldn't even make it through it because this is a child talking about her parents. But I'm gonna read a part. She says, "My dad and I shared a birthday that's coming up this Saturday, June 14th. I never imagined I'd have to face it without him, and with Father's Day right after is just so unreal. I'm at a loss for words. The man who raised me, protected me, and loved me isn't here, you know." So that's his daughter. It's a long post. You guys can find it on TikTok.
And if you don't mind, guys, I'm just trying to keep my mind on the children, like you said. You know that burying one person is incredibly expensive, but
I said that in my video.
If you guys could share his GoFundMe, or at least, you know, it's on Finny the Legend's post. His daughter put the post up. I myself donated. It's really expensive. They have to transport the bodies cross state.
There's two. There's two funerals.
Not one body.
I said it in my video.
Yeah.
That
they have to transport the bodies in 2 funerals. Even if you have insurance, you still need money up front because the insurance doesn't come right away. So don't think that they didn't have insurance. So yes, please support the GoFundMe. I thought I had shared it, but I'm gonna make sure I share it tonight.
Financial burden of burying one person in your family is high. 2 people at the same time.
I'm telling you, I just don't know I can be strong enough to do that. That's a lot. You know, you got some people in families how, you know, they lose someone and they can be doing the interview. Like his mama, the Finney's mama was sitting up there doing, she wasn't crying. I'd be losing my mind. Something happened to my big papa, I would be losing my mind.
Yeah. I don't know, Shushan, if you have my my TikTok or if you're on our Discord, but if you could reach out and forward, or I guess I'd have to go look at Finney's channel, and to get that, then I can post it on my channel, and I'm willing to post it because that's, unfortunately, man, that's too that's a lot to bear. That's a big burden to bear for the family that
Let me see if he posted.
didn't expect this. Again, at the same time too, man, you know, this is a perfect example and for people to look and see when you antagonize individuals on both sides, when this constant bickering of back and forth for views or to build a channel, man, you're victimizing all the way. Everybody is a victim in this situation. You know, Manny also, even though he's the person who pulled this trigger, he felt he was being victimized, in his family too, and his kids, you know, they lost a father as well. It's just a no-win situation for everyone, man. Of course, Finney and his wife paid the ultimate price. But Manny is a dead man walking as well. You know, he's gonna do life in prison. I don't think he'll ever get any givebacks until it really doesn't matter anymore. And it's just, man, it's a crazy story. And for it to happen on live, the culmination of what this was, YouTube beef, and to ultimately end on a live is crazy. Both the channels were trying to build.
It was all about YouTube, and it ended on YouTube.
Sleep on Sunday. It was my primo in San Francisco that hit me up. I checked my phone before going to bed. I got to bed early. He says, "Hey, dude."
Wow, you saw, was she dressed up like the witch that? Yeah, I think she was the witch that night. Saw them on free, yeah, gave them a hug. My. Thank you.
Then he got shot by Manny. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That was what the text was. He's like, no, here's the clip. Here's the link. And I didn't sleep all of Sunday night, man. I was so disturbed by what I had seen because I got text messages from Finney saying, man, I got hit up. I got to hit you.
So you saying that Manny never said, because I'm gonna say when he was in the car, he just said, I'm looking for my biggest fan. I'm looking for my baby. He didn't say his name. Did he ever? So I don't know.
I got tapped in when I'm there, which was this weekend, and he didn't tap in. And it could have been a blessing because I don't know what was going on in Manny's mind. To be honest,
I'd have been scared to fight him too. He had his size. Yeah, I bet he was. And when you push scary people to the point, they're gonna do whatever it takes to survive.
A lot of more people could have been hurt on Sunday. Manny was a very trained marksman. He spent a lot of time at gun ranges in Las Vegas. He had a permit. He would live stream gun range, and he was a very good marksman. A lot of people, if it had not been for that, there was girls celebrating their birthdays behind Finney. There was
babies crying.
There was a baby. Had he not been trained like that, other people could have been hurt. And I don't know if I had been down there could have been collateral damage because he didn't give a what was going on in his mind.
Yeah.
You know, anybody could have been a victim that was with him. At the time, Finney was supposed to meet up with other people, and some of them I know had said they were late. I don't know if they would have been casualties too. It could have been much worse. It's already. By the way, Manny does have 3 children, 2 of them school age, and it's going to be really difficult for them too.
Well, we are sorry for your loss, Tickled Pink. Yeah. So you hear him saying there was other people that were supposed to meet up with Finney down there on that strip. Thank God they were late because Manny was so mad but he also just said Manny was trained, he knew how to aim. So he knew he only wanted a certain person. I think the wife could have lived had she not jumped in this way. I'm just saying that. He wanted Finney. He wanted Finney. He wanted him bad, looking for my baby. And when I heard that, I'm like, this dude is.
Yeah, cool. Next year, with his dad being constantly in the media. This is a story that I'm just blown away that has affected me, someone personally who knows them.
Yes, this is the first. Yes, there's been beef on YouTube, but I haven't just heard it to just end like this here. I mean, I could be wrong, but YouTube needs to do something. I know that they just need to do something. Twitch, TikTok, they got terms of service, and they know if you're doing something, they will shut your live down in a heartbeat. I don't understand why YouTube won't do that. I just don't get it. Yahoo, according to D, where Finney was 5'2" and Finney was 6'4" and heavy. And of course, Manny would be scared. Wouldn't you be too? I sure would. I ain't gonna lie. And would. Okay. Finney had no muscles like Manny. Yahoo, same thing. This isn't a big story all across the world. It's just a story for people who are familiar with the. What's SCF? Oh, Sin City Family. Never mind. Duh. Duh. All right, I've been on live too long. I'm tired. Okay, guys, it's been it's been 3 hours. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I do want to hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this to play right. And then we going.
I'd like to report gunshots in front of Bellagio on Las Vegas Boulevard.
How many minutes ago?
Just now. I heard the gunshots, and then I saw a lot of people run in the southbound.
There's 2 men down. We're right in front of the beer park. Yeah, we are like watching the fountain show, and then we heard gunshots.
Okay, and how many gunshots did you hear?
About 4, maybe 5. I think someone's dead. I think someone's dead because they're doing CPR. I was looking at the fountains, and then I just heard gunshots. I thought they were fireworks until people start running, and then we got down.
There was about 8 gunshots just went off in front of the Eiffel Tower restaurant.
I'm so sorry. This might be stupid, but I'm on YouTube Live, and I just saw somebody get shot. I saw a Metro police officer on the strip say that to call the phone number where this guy got shot. We saw the whole thing. I recorded it. And I want to make the report that we see that person actually take out a gun and shoot somebody. We don't know if the other person's dead.
Let me just clarify real quick. You were watching somebody else's live?
Yes. So we watch these 2 guys live all the time, and they happen to always have issues with each other. He calls himself Sin City Family. That's their YouTube channel.
He the one that was shot?
No, he's the one that shot the other guy that we were watching on live. And the guy that we were watching, his name is Finney, F-I-N-N-Y. The person who shot at Finney, he's Hispanic. I see the guy's wife saying, "Oh my God, are you for real?" And to people falling to the floor that I just see him pull out a gun and start shooting.
We're right next to the people that got shot. I don't even know if this is like who I should be calling. I was just watching a live stream on YouTube. And it looks like they were outside across from the Paris maybe like 20, 30 minutes ago. And there was a guy walking behind the camera, and he just pulled out a gun and started shooting this guy. But there's a clear video of the guy who pulled out the gun and shot the guy. So it's live on YouTube right now. The whole video is up there. It looks like this guy was standing there talking to the camera for a second. He started walking away, and then this guy walked behind him, and then next thing you know, he's like yelling at this lady, and he pulls out a gun and starts shooting him.
I was watching a live stream on YouTube in front of the Bellagio, and someone, I guess, shot at someone. I guess so, because there's been a feud between them for the longest time.
Just happened to see footage on a live stream on YouTube, but I'm not sure if anyone's reported that yet.
Hello, so we found the shooter in front of Bellagio. He's wearing a beige hat and a black shirt with beige sleeves. He's wearing glasses, he's bearded, and he has a mustache.
Okay, so one moment, sir. Are you at the Bellagio?
No, we found the YouTube video.
We are at the
Bellagio Hotel. Towards the end of the video, with about 5 minutes left, you'll see the shooter's face. You'll see him pull out the gun and start shooting.
All right. Thank you guys so much for supporting me tonight. I sure do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that stopped in. Let me get myself up here. Why can't I get what I want? Was it this one? That one. Okay. Thank y'all. Crown Royal, Butterbean, DJ, Ben Rock, DJ. I don't know what that name say, but thank you. And then somebody just left a message saying, how can they join my channel? That was pink. All you got to do is click the join button. It's only $1.99, $2 and about 35 cents with tax per month. Cheapest membership in the YouTube streets. Cheapest membership in the YouTube streets. I used to have over 300 members, but when I got attacked on my channel and I started being bullied, I lost hundreds. It is what it is. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. That could have drove me. That could have made me. But anyway, in my opinion, someone you never met, or even if you have met them, doesn't guarantee someone's innocent. That is just ridiculous to say. I'm just saying it's weird to say. Thank you all. Okay, I know I missed a lot of y'all comments. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I lost my Tickle Pink. You're the one that asked how you join my channel. You see the join button? Click the join button. Click the join button. I'm gonna put it on my community wall. Yes, I lost a week before Mother's Day. I know that child is hurting. Yes, prayers for the children on both sides. On both sides. This is kind of like the first type of this kind of situation that's been put in the spotlight. Yes, we read that one. Yes. Tickle Pink. Yahoo, according to D, where Finney was 5'2" and Finney was 6'4" and heavy. Yeah, we read that one. No, I wouldn't fight him either. I would have been scared too. This isn't a big all across the world. It's just a story for people who are familiar with the Sin City family, SDL. Okay. I said the country, not the world. Got me so worked up, I can't type. Lord have mercy. Calm down. I can only hope Julie wasn't involved. I hope she wasn't either. Man, I hope she. Oh, she was just as shocked as the rest of them. Yeah, I don't think she thought he was going to do that. Julie is innocent. I don't think, because on one, let me see if I can find it. On one thing. Oh, what did I do with it? Where is it? I'm going to have to go to my. Here. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, how do I get to my stuff? View profile. Okay. Oh, it's that one right there. Okay. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. She looked at him funny when he said it. I don't think you all are going to be able to hear it, though. Hold on. It's on my TikTok. Y'all go join my TikTok, please. I'm banging over there. Look, I got 1,000, boy. I'm doing my TikTok. I'm doing my TikTok. Okay, I want to play this for y'all real quick. Because I just want you to see the first part of that face that Manny had on. Wait a minute. Y'all, I know y'all have seen it already.
Let me catch you at a red light, Finny.
See? He said, don't let me catch you at a red light, Finny. Boop, boop, boop. Don't let me catch you at a red light, Finny. Boop, boop, boop. This dude. Anyway, okay, y'all. That's all I want to show y'all. That's all I want to show y'all, honey. Y'all have a good night. I didn't know they came for you like that, causing you to lose folks. So sorry you worked so hard. Girl, y'all had over 350 members. I'm down to like 30 members now. Everybody, you know, so when they was having unsubscribe parties for Manny, I know he was pissed. I'd have been pissed too, but I wasn't pissed enough to go pow nobody. Yeah, honey, I had over 300 members. I used to have 1,000+ people in my chat, y'all, in the good old days. Yes, I did. I know y'all may not believe me, but I did. But it's all good. Thank y'all for being here. I got a job, though. I still got a full-time job. So, you know, I didn't put all my eggs in this basket. Butterbean, definitely a bad situation. We need to learn from this. We don't even know what anyone is going through. You sure right. I'm just an old man. You there? Then he thought he was just a clown. He was a clown, all right. FD, where he created this mess by pushing a man too far, and that point Manny snapped. I remember you was popping, girl. You going to come back, girl. Well, you know, if I do, I do. But you right, girl. As Bobby Blue Blast say, I done had my fun if I don't have no more. Y'all have a good night. I'm finna go party.